was called Chronicle. I want to say that was the name of the movie, where it was it was like a three or four kids who fell down into like some cave-in thing and found some unknown artifact, and it made them all supers. All three of
yeah.
them.
I remember that. We were just talking about found footage things earlier.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good.
Well, so the guy who wrote and directed that has some very very strong feelings about the Zack Snyder version of Superman, and I think he's got a good point. Like Zack Snyder is very clearly enamored with the violence of superheroes, and I certainly can relate. I mean, it's the spectacle is awesome, but his beef with it, and he was enraged about like how the fight between Zod and all that, and it was basically setting off a nuke inside
Yeah.
Metropolis because you're just watching buildings collapse. His whole issue is like, no, 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 that's not what Superman is. Superman is always supposed to be this, protect all things. And yes, we all know he could go completely nuclear, but his whole deal is to be better than all the rest of them. And this is really, we're supposed to be this unimpeachable character. It's an interesting take on it. I don't know.
Right. I've heard people argue the fact that if he'd been Superman of old or Superman the way that he's supposed to be, he would have led Zod out to the Mojave Desert for that battle. You don't do battle with another superhero in the middle of Metropolis.
Lord no.
There's going to be too many casualties.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I did want to mention now that I've been Adam and I hung out a couple times during the week, and we found out we're actually distantly related.
What?
No kidding.
Yeah.
Get out.
No.
How wild.
You can't even believe like all the things that we were doing. It was like, are you from the same family? Because we like so many things we had alike. It wasn't even funny.
That's bizarre. And so you figured out like you have some relative in common.
I think somewhere back, and Adam, you can correct me on this. I think it was during like the Norse, it's like back when Vikings.
Oh, okay. All right. So you don't actually know you're related. You just, yeah. Okay. I thought you meant literally like there was an aunt in common, or Okay. Yeah. All right.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Adam.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. I realized I have both Twitch and this in my head, and I should mute one or the other.
Yeah. How many times can you hear us?
Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, yeah, no, it was very funny because throughout the week we've been like, this is very odd. Like, you're not the Bizarro version of me, but maybe you're like the weird alternate universe time clone that started like slightly further back in time.
So this is the question,
and
yeah.
spawned in the 50s.
Who's the Bizarro version of who here? One of you is the Bizarro
I think Adam.
version.
Yeah.
I
Adam
think I'm
would
the
be.
Iron Age reboot.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Wow.
I mean, because I'm from the '60s, so he would definitely have been the one that ended up with some kind of a cast-off DNA skin flake in a lightning storm, and somebody recreated him. And
I mean, I do have an unnatural number of pockets at most times, and like I try not to look at my feet a whole lot. So maybe I am really just a Rob Liefeld character that he decided to like not draw with muscles.
it's quite possible.
Oh my god.
It's quite possible.
What a dude. That's a whole mood.
I know, right? It's
And
been
anyone
it's been quite the conversation with us this last week.
Anyone
Excellent.
who's not inducted into that particular subculture of people who not only get that joke but also relate to it.
Right.
Stop! I am feeling way too old already. Okay, just
Oh my
stop.
word.
Hey, look, it's Bonnie.
Hey,
Hi.
Bonnie.
Look,
Hey.
Bonnie
Just
walked
been
into
hiding,
the
waiting for
usual
us to
stuff.
stop
Yeah.
being fucking dorks.
Bonnie Bogovich. What's up?
hello, Bunny. Pleasure to meet you.
How
How
are
old?
you today? And she left.
how are
She's
you?
gone already.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh my
She's
God.
had enough
Too many
already.
fake Russian accents.
Yeah, she couldn't
Hey,
couldn't
my,
handle a fake Russian accent.
Triggered.
one of the
Oh god.
one of the people I invited looks like he popped in. He might actually pop in. I'm not sure yet, but he's going to
Awesome.
be listening from Vietnam. He actually.
Did you
just
get my
woke up.
joke, Mike, that I commented back to you?
I missed it. Where was it?
On Discord, when you said that, I said, well, then you can yell, oh, never mind. Because he's waking up and he's in Vietnam.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Nice.
I'm glad.
Well
I'm glad
done.
I did. I'm glad I didn't really have to explain that. That's good.
Nope. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
You did have to explain that you
A
were
little bit.
explaining it.
I had to
Right,
explain
no.
that. Yeah. You got to say something. I mean, you can't just take it for granted that people get your stupid old man jokes.
I'm wondering where. Do you know where in Vietnam he is? Because I have an
southern.
uncle who lives there.
Yeah. He's he's American and he's teaching English over there, and he lives. I know he lives like. I think it's 2 hours south of Ho Chi Minh.
God, where the hell is Tony? I've got like a weird uncle who just like went off to Vietnam and got married and now does nothing but metal. And apparently there's like a huge heavy metal scene there, and he's
Wow.
just like the weirdest. Yeah. And
That's kind of cool, though.
His wife's a comedian, but she only tells jokes in English, despite the fact that she's Vietnamese and English is definitely not a strong skill of hers. Maybe that's part of the shtick. I don't know. It's just bizarre.
I realized we started the stream sort of in media res here, like just ranting about superheroes.
Yeah.
What else is
yeah,
new?
Chris, Chris, do we have a name for this? Have you named this stream? Have we come to the...
We haven't really. I call it in my streaming device, my game capture card. It says video title Mandible Judy weekly stream. It's really generic. I would love to name it something other than that, but I feel like there's a certain amount of information we've got to give with the name. So I don't know. I guess the words Mandible Judy have to be in there, and that's already too long. So
you could just make it MJ and let people,
or we could call it like
marijuana live stream.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And then we're done.
Yeah, or we could call it like the Mudscoggin Irregulars or something. I don't know. That would kind of make some kind of weird sense, I suppose.
Or a cog and a Mudscog.
Hey, that's a good question for you guys. This came up recently. Where did because I know that it's Sherlock Holmes, lore, right? The Baker Street Irregulars. Does anybody know when that actually originated, that term? And it was like a fan club originally, wasn't it? Like an old school fan club, or am I wrong about that? Is anybody enough of a Holmes?
Future, I can find out for you.
Is there a name for Holmes nerds? There's got to be.
I mean, there's got to be.
Yeah.
For the Baker Street Babes.
Oh, hi, Aaron. Aaron's here.
Hi, Aaron.
Oh,
Hi.
hello.
Oh, yeah, I've been here for a few minutes.
Okay, I did because Bonnie
1887.
dropped in, and then I don't hear her.
No, I actually said Bonnie because
Oh.
it's Aaron Bonnie, but it's actually Aaron, and now Corset's here.
I'm
whoever-
sorry. Corset Lore is here.
That's Tamara.
That's Tamara.
Hi.
Hello.
It's Tamara. And now
Yes, hi.
Sin Amanda is here too.
Hello, Amanda.
Wow,
Excellent.
what an outpouring.
Yeah,
That's-
hi. I don't know. I just have this on the phone right now.
That's perfect. You sound great.
Phone is good.
Yeah.
Phone is.
Frankly,
We can
clearer
hear
than
you at
most of
least.
But should I be on the You're doing the
We're doing the Twitch stream, but
thing
it's
that we
it's,
did-
it's only really important when we actually play the trivia game, and it's not even really important then because I read the questions out to you anyway. It's important to our audience more than it's important to our cast members. If you want to go on the Twitch stream, I'm doing a kind of a weird. I'm gonna actually have to restart it here. I'm doing a weird
Yeah, 'cause
kind
right now
of
it's just black.
an algorithmic music. Yeah, it just faded out. It's an algorithmic
about
music
something
piece
cool.
that Foci and Loci made about about 5 years ago. So it's programmed in Little Big Planet. So here's the start. This tells you what the controls are. I don't know if any of you are looking at the Twitch stream. I know Aaron is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this just tells you what
There's,
the controls are to start it. Go ahead, Tamara.
how do I
Oh,
get,
Amanda,
I'm trying to
sorry.
think how to get this to be like speakerphone.
That I don't know. That
that's your
depends on your
phone.
phone.
That's just your phone.
Yeah. There's
yeah, I mean, you could hit the source button suppose. Hold on, let me pop into my.
Are you an
Discord
iPhone? You're an
here
iPhone,
and I
right,
will
Amanda?
tell you.
I'm on an iPhone.
Let's troubleshoot Amanda's iPhone. All right, go. No, I don't know. I'm not really sure actually.
I got it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fixed. I've got it.
Lovely.
Awesome.
I've got it.
I figured there must be
Yeah.
a way. So
It was just it wasn't even the iPhone. Just one of it's your public broadcast list here. There's an icon at the bottom.
that makes sense in the software. Yeah.
It just popped it up. Yeah.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
So Chris, I've got to ask, what is your avatar here?
My avatar.
There's like a
That's the Splatter University logo. It's actually from Splatter University is a film that I scored. It's the first film that I scored. And if we had live video, I guess I'll have live video when I do my performance. I'll hold it up. But I got a Terror Vision Records did a vinyl release of the score. This is from I wrote it in 1981, and it was released in 1984. So it's old school slasher horror. Very lo-fi, seat of your pants filmmaking, and similarly seat of your pants film scoring. I had one synthesizer, a guitar, an Echoplex, and a couple other things, and made a score out of it. But actually, I'm going to play one of the tracks from it tonight. It's a remix, but
Cool.
but that image is from the inside of the vinyl release. It's a gatefold LP, and the inside is the crucifix figures heavily into the murder scenario, as all crucifixes should. What is this that you just? Oh, Baker Street Irregulars. Excellent. Thank you, Adam. So Adam posted in the Discord chat. Fictional yeah, right. That's what I thought. So they were fictional, and then I think after that it became a real life fan club. But maybe that wasn't until like the 60s, 70s, 80s, or who knows when.
Actually, according to the Wikipedia...
Oh, there you go.
It was 1934.
Oh, damn.
Name was used for the Literary Society of the Baker Street Regulars, founded in 1934 by Christopher Morley.
Awesome.
So
that is so cool. And then...
Has anybody watched that series?
What's that?
Has anybody watched that series yet?
No. So yeah.
Oh,
so there's
no.
the reason I brought it up is because I saw that there was a new series based on it, on the idea of the Baker
Really
Street
good.
Regulars. Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
I love.
Oh, yeah.
I love Sherlock Holmes. It's just like a guilty pleasure. It's not the best writing in the world, but it's sort of like Lovecraft. Like you stumble through the prose, and it's kind of clunky, but it's got so much of its own style, and you're just I don't know. You can really warm up to it. I find. I don't know.
How about the
Adam.
movies? What do you think of the TV series and the different films?
You know what? I haven't seen anything since. I mean, I'm a big Basil Rathbone, Nigel Bruce Sherlock Holmes fan. That dates me a bit. But then in the 80s, there was one on BBC called. It was just called. I think it was called Sherlock Holmes or something like that. But it was Jeremy Brett, and that was fantastic. I really loved that one.
So
The one.
the
Yeah, go ahead.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, that one. That one's
Yeah,
also, yeah, that one I haven't seen. Sorry, the only other one, the only modern one I've seen is the one with Benedict Cumberbatch and
That one's great.
Bilbo Baggins.
Poor guy.
No, what's his name?
Yep.
What did you think of that?
I thought that was awesome. It was fun. It kind of, I feel like it wore thin after a certain amount of time. Like they ran out of ideas.
Yeah, because
maybe.
it was so hyper stylized, right?
Yeah, it was very stylized. That's exactly right. And I think anything that's stylized tends to have a short shelf life, like because
Yeah.
culture moves on, and if the series doesn't move on, then you're kind of like, eh. But
Especially
Yeah,
when
then
they
it's
give you,
kind of like
three
the
episodes.
Watch the
style would-
one with
this-
the one with 11 from Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Enola Holmes.
yes,
Yeah,
right.
that's
I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen anything after the Benedict Cumberbatch one, but I should probably check
that was
that out.
enjoyable too.
Yeah, I thought I would
Wait,
watch
11?
that. Yeah.
But 11 from Stranger Things is the 13-year-old girl who's now probably in her
Millie, Bobby,
20s.
Tommy,
Yeah.
Billy.
Millie
Bobby
Brown.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you.
What did she do? What is she in?
She's in Godzilla. She's in the last two Godzilla movies.
Yeah, but also this
Oh,
Sherlock
okay.
Holmes, this
Oh yeah, she's in
Enola
Enola
Holmes.
Holmes.
Yeah.
She plays his sister.
Huh. Oh.
Yep.
Okay, wait. So if we're talking about Sherlock Holmes here, are any of you fans of the Arsène Lupin series? The French equivalent of Sherlock
Oh,
Holmes?
I know what you're
yeah, I
talking
saw that was that was
A
a
thing.
thing. I've not seen it,
Yeah.
which also
Okay,
makes me.
super.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say just super duper short pitch here.
Yeah.
Traditionally, the books written by Maurice LeBlanc, like
Uh-huh.
contemporary to Sherlock Holmes, but like gentleman thief as opposed to crime solver. Maurice LeBlanc ended up not being able to get the rights to Sherlock Holmes to have them face off against each other. So like there's a Lupin versus
Yes.
Sherlock Sholmes or Hemlock.
Oh my
Sholmes,
God.
one of them. It's very good. But no,
Lu-
but now
Lupin, yeah, right, yeah,
yeah.
which is
But on Netflix,
which is the
there's
Miyazaki
there's a new
character.
Lupin series.
right. Is
Uh,
that?
I mean, yeah. So Lupin the Third is supposed to be the grandson of Arsène Lupin.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
And-
like that's that.
Adam, you would know this. Did the Lupin series start with Miyazaki, or was that a French book or comic book or something that he based?
Oh no. The Maurice LeBlanc ones were contemporary with Sherlock Holmes. Like that was like 1800s.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't
so,
know that. Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah,
so
no.
so Miyazaki basically did a version of that with his.
Oh, Chris, are you sure it was? I could be totally off here, but I knew about the anime Lupin, but I had no idea it was Miyazaki.
Isn't it Miyazaki?
The-
Am I completely
yeah.
wrong
Yep.
about
Well,
that?
I just mean because I
No,
know
no,
what
it's-
the Lupin anime character looks like, and it
Yeah.
doesn't really. I mean, unless
So
it's like some earlier
it's not
version.
a Studio Ghibli. It's a Miyazaki specific. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lupin
Castle of
is-
Cagliostro.
Castle of
Uh-huh.
Cagliostro.
was his very
God,
first.
It's so
Yeah.
friggin' good.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I love it.
You can
Also-
see it. You can see his style in like how he builds, like the world building stuff, like the bizarre car chase scene, or any of like the
Yeah.
hey,
Any of the
we're gonna go
flight
into a
scenes.
castle. What exactly right? Yeah, that's all very Miyazaki.
yeah. I
But
love
yeah,
it.
When were
his
they-
art style
when-
very different.
When were the Miyazaki Castle of Cagliostro made?
Ooh, that's
Late
funny.
80s?
So I
I
will.
want to say.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will tell you just as a history point. So Lupin came out in the comics that became the anime of Lupin the Third came out in the late '70s by this guy named Monkey Punch, and then when
Like you do.
like you do,
Yeah. Right.
and then
79.
when the anime series started getting produced, right near the end of the first season, it was tanking. Like it was just bad, and it was like they
Wow.
were going to lose funding, and it would have been the death of it. And then young animator and producer Hayao Miyazaki gets put onto it and ends up saving the series. And then
Amazing.
at the end of that, makes the Castle of Cagliostro. And frankly, that is probably why Lupin the Third exists today. And
Yeah.
also, like it jump started Miyazaki's early career. too.
Right,
So,
because
like,
it's before
friggin'
before Nausicaa, right? So that
Yeah.
which was his first
Literally-
feature. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
him and I always forget the other producers. But
don't
like
know
the
if
two
he
of them
was-
got together on Castle of Cagliostro, and then we're like, what if we made an animation company?
Oh
And
my
they did.
God.
So
Enter Ghibli.
Yeah.
So was
Yeah.
that because I've got to believe he's been doing Nazca for forever. I mean, just in terms of the manga side of it. Just
Oh.
to get real nerdy here.
I didn't realize it was still
Um,
going. Is it still going now?
no, I only
okay.
think
No,
there's
it
like
ended
5
at some
volumes
point.
of the Nausicaa manga.
Yeah.
God, it's so fucking.
I
good.
bought it
And
for
then
my
there was
daughter. Yeah, I bought the
butchered-
first book for my daughter, like I don't know, sometime in the mid '90s, I think it was.
Mm.
But I haven't really
I know,
kept up with it.
Chris, you and I talked about, when I first met you, we talked about anime, about Miyazaki and
Yeah.
anime, and I didn't know whether maybe I had I been the one who gave you recommendations of some of them, or did you already know? of all
No,
those
I think
ones?
you. Yeah, you totally. You turned me on to. I mean, I knew about. I had seen Totoro. I had a good friend who was really into this stuff. Totoro,
Yeah.
which by the way was distributed in America by. You'll never guess if you
Oh.
don't already know. Troma.
I don't know who. Oh yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Before
Is that-
Disney got it, Troma did it.
Yeah.
Holy,
I see.
holy
It-
shit.
Well,
It was
and
the
so
original.
there's a-
Yeah. Which is
It's a
really
funny
that's.
story. One,
Go ahead.
tell your thing, but there's a funny
No, no.
story about Disney and Hayao that I want to tell after that. 'Cause
Oh, go
he's
ahead.
a straight gangster.
I got nothing to say. Straight gangsta. Oh no, I know this one. Yeah, go
So-
ahead. Yeah. I know this one. It's awesome.
So, Hayao Miyazaki, right? Because they couldn't distribute anything from Ghibli here in the U.S. without going through a different company, different distribution company, and so they
Right.
ended up getting in with Disney. And Disney at the time, gosh, I don't remember who it was. I want to say it might have been Weinstein, honestly.
Oh boy.
Um,
I think you're right. Yeah.
so
I think you're right.
Weinstein was running the show at that point and
Yes.
was notorious for taking things that came from a foreign market, bringing them in, cutting the shit out of them,
Yep.
and then reproducing them as whatever, the exact same thing.
Do you know what
Well,
this reminds me? Also,
let-
in the 90s.
Wait, Amanda, let him finish because this is an amazing story. Sorry to interrupt,
It
but
gets,
Okay.
yeah,
you,
Okay.
you don't get more Japanese than this.
Yeah.
And if you don't already love Hayao Miyazaki, you will love him this much more.
yeah.
So his agent, or I forget exactly how this happened, but his agent and he got together and was like, look, this is the film. Any of our films are exactly this. They do not get touched. They do
Yeah.
not get modified. You don't redub. You don't change score. Nothing.
You don't
Well,
cut anything. I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No cuts.
Yeah.
So to put a crystal clear point on this, they sent over, I don't remember which film it was, but they sent it over with an authentic Japanese katana, hand forged the whole bit, with the inscription "No cuts" etched into it, over to Weinstein and Company.
Huh.
Too bad
So,
somebody didn't use it
fast
to
forward-
slit his throat. Oh well. Oops. Sorry.
Oh
Did
my
I say
God.
that?
Yeah, right. Just
Out loud.
please, seppuku, take the honorable route. Fast forward a couple of years, and they find out, one of the producers at Disney finds out that somebody has gone in and modified, gosh, what was it? I think it was Mononoke. When they said it. So, okay,
Oh my
so
God.
Mononoke. Well, they they modified either some sound bites or some, gosh, I forget exactly how it was, for Kiki's Delivery Service. And the producer who was on the thing finds out that one of his underlings did this and brought him in and just ripped him in half.
With
And
a
it was-
with
you
a
will
with a
never
katana
touch-
or
with the katana, no, just verbally in this case.
Yeah.
But just gave him the worst tongue lashing he'd ever received in his life. And from that day forward, not a single Ghibli film has been touched with editing.
Oh,
anything.
amazing. So yeah, that's
But,
great.
You can't blame him,
No.
given the mess that came from Warrior of the Winds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, I'm not a fan of the dubbed versions of any of these films, really, to be honest. Some of them are done better than others, but I don't know. It's just something about hearing American
Yeah.
celebrities do those voices. It just makes me cringe every time, no matter how good they are.
Yeah, I will
Oh,
admit,
yeah. Sir
I had
Patrick
to.
Stewart.
I watched Princess Mononoke. The first time I ever saw it, it was the dub. So it
Yeah.
had what's her name?
Minnie
playing-
Driver.
Yeah.
Claire
Yeah,
Danes.
Minnie Driver,
Driver.
and the girl from X Files played the wolf.
Gillian Anderson, yeah,
Gillian Anderson.
and
Billy
Billy
Bob
Bob Thornton as the monk.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean,
Oh,
they had
yeah.
a lot of really great voice work.
Yeah,
so
they're all good, but
I was kind of inured of that first, and then I
Yeah.
listened to the original and was like, okay, no, this is still better.
There's
mean-
Superior, yeah.
no, I know
Yeah.
what you mean.
I haven't
Whatever
heard
the
the original, but I have to fight for Minnie Driver. She was really good in that.
She is-
yeah,
Oh,
they're,
great.
they're all
Yeah.
all good. I did think Billy Bob Thornton was a little bit miscast as the monk. He should have been older and weirder and crustier, but
Yeah.
you know he was as good a choice as they could have made with it and they got a big name which would help sell the damn thing, and it probably
Yeah.
wasn't that, frankly, it should have been an easy sell to an American audience, but it probably really wasn't. Luckily, I think that
Well, I mean,
there'd
I
have been
think
like
he-
the 1, 2, 3 punch with Totoro, and then that, and then
Oh, yeah.
Spirited Away, and then it's like, okay, this guy's a genius. I'm sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it was totally.
God, Spirited Away was so damn. I had
It's
my
the
kids
best one.
finally watch
That's my
it,
favorite,
and,
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best one.
It's just
And
they-
that
you know,
one,
it's funny.
that one won an Academy Award.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yep.
As well,
Right?
it should have.
It's absolute
Yeah.
genius. Yeah, it's just so good. And
Right.
I mean, I to this day, like, I feel like maybe I I don't know. The one I watched the most, rewatched the most, is Mononoke because it's just amazing, and the score is so good in that. Oh my god, the score is amazing.
Funny enough, I was just listening to the score.
Yeah.
Doing the dishes of all things. I was like, this sounds awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah, there's a YouTube channel that has like every single one of his scores, like all just streaming constantly.
They're on Spotify now too.
Joe something.
Yeah.
Joe Hisaishi.
Hold on.
Joe Hisaishi. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Tom.
right. I like
Actually,
his.
I found his stuff again after going back to Lapta. Which
Yeah, that's excellent too.
I remember loving it so damn much.
Yeah.
But it sounds.
Yeah.
In retrospect, it had to have been made on a Casio.
Yeah, I know. His early stuff. I mean, if you listen to Nausicaa, it's very old school synth, and he didn't really know what he was doing yet. I mean, if I can say that. I mean, if a genius like Joe Hisaishi could ever be said to not know what he's doing, I think the Nausicaa score is really good. It's really inventive, but it doesn't really sit together as a whole piece the way that Mononoke does, you know. And I think the same is true of Castle in the Sky, Lapida. I think, Amanda, I think the one you turned me on to first was Kiki, and I'd never seen that one. And you were like, it's so good, you should watch it. And I was like, a girl and her cat. I don't know, it's just, are there any swords? Like, where, like, and then I watched it, I was like, oh my God, I love this movie. That's the thing. He can win you over with anything, He can just totally win you over.
Yeah.
You can also tear your heart out too, because you go watch like Graveyard of the Butterflies.
Oh my God!
Or
Fireflies. Please don't.
Jeez.
Well, so actually, I brought that up with a friend of mine the other day because he was talking about going over to. He was in Japan and he went to see some memorial. No, I'm sorry. He was in Japan and he traveled over to. It was either Vietnam or it was Shanghai, maybe. I forget. In any case, there's a memorial there where the Japanese had done some pretty horrible things, and they built a memorial to all the people they had killed, or were in internment camps, whatever the case was, and how there was a field trip there for a bunch of Japanese kids who all wanted to then practice their English with them, and what an awkward experience was, because on both sides of it was like, oh, we bombed you. Sorry about that. Yes, it's very clear that there was still a lot of this very, significant evidence of the impact on your culture and your people and so on from that experience. But then you're also in this place of shame for yourselves. It was just a weird experience. And so we were talking about Grave of the Fireflies. I was like, if you ever want to get a cultural ending that could not be more, Japanese of what World War II was for the Japanese, certainly post bombing.
Yeah,
that's it, man.
Yep.
If you want guilt, nothing says it like malnutrition.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
That whole movie is one of the things that you watch it once and you're like, I can't do that again.
Yeah, it's worse than Schindler's List. 100%.
Yeah. Yep.
Also
worse in a good way, but
I auditioned for I think the dub of that, which ironically Central Park Media had.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
That's awesome.
But
That would have been something right there, and probably even more traumatic for you doing it too.
Oh my word.
well, I had seen, I did see it, but back around the time when Chris, when I was working with you down there on in near Elizabeth Street, I don't know if you recall, I used to buy these VHS dubs of, oh no, they weren't dubs. They were bootlegs of anime bootlegs at this Elizabeth Center shopping mall.
Oh.
On Elizabeth Street.
Yeah. Oh, weird. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I remember because remember my studio was in Koreatown for a while, and there was that one place on the block that I got Spirited Away there, like right after it was released in Japan, and like somehow there's a DVD of it already. And I've never seen that cover since. It's the one that came out commercially like a year later was a different cover and everything looked different. But I remember watching that DVD with my kids. I was like, I didn't even know there was a new Miyazaki movie. And I walked into that store, like one of the Korean places, and it was right there in the window. And I was like, oh my God. And I ran in and bought it. and watched
I
it
think
with
I
Zoe and
remember.
Max. It was awesome.
That's good that it was watchable too. That at least that the format worked and everything.
Yeah. I just like I was amazed. It was like yeah, no, I had a you know what it was is that the format was I had a laptop and I could switch, the region. I think the way they used to do it, I don't know if they do this anymore, but the way they used to do it is you could switch it 5 times, I think, before basically it would time out and you couldn't switch the region anymore.
Oh wow,
I'm
I
not
didn't
sure.
know that.
Yeah, I don't know if they do that anymore, but that was the thing at the
I
time.
figured out how to hack my VCR.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
There was like something posted on the internet. I was just trying to get past the region or the ID theft blocking to record something, and I found instead how to hack it so it was region free. I was like, well, that's
Flipping
bonus.
dip switches.
I don't know what it was. I got some weird blued screen, followed the remote control, pushed things 3 times, undid the batteries, redid the batteries, and then I got to the secret screen.
Up, down, left, right.
Yeah,
ABC,
exactly.
Start.
I haven't even used like VCR, DVD player, or CD-ROM, none of that stuff in years. Like it's all right here in front of me. I can get everything and anything one way or another. I was going to mention, Chris, that my friend Ian from Vietnam is in listening before he heads to work. I reported from him. And I keep thinking about there's one of the things that's like a really big hit and has been for a couple of years now is of course VR, and there's an entire genre of VR chat is a game, and it's free, like anybody can get into it, and it has a non-VR section where anybody can play just from their desktop. And the reason I bring it up more than anything is because there is an entire Miyazaki world.
Oh,
where you
Really?
Yeah,
I have it. I've been in it like once. I did not know.
Oh yeah. Just type in Studio Ghibli or something like that, and you'll find that world, and it's amazing. Like when the sun sets in the world, that's when the tunnel opens up to go to bathhouse. So you won't find the bathhouse.
Give me the Forest Walker.
Yeah.
Yep. And
oh my God, that is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the singularity. Give me my Miyazaki world.
Yeah.
I want to go there. Yeah.
Seriously. Stay there forever.
Well, if you have VR and or if you get the chance to use VR chat's free, get it, go, and I mean there's every type of world you can possibly think of. I've been on the Death Star, been to Miyazaki world, been to Mos Eisley, it's the Voyager spaceship. Like it's everything.
Oh, wow.
It's all there.
I do find a deep irony in the fact that most Studio Ghibli films are all about like finding the joy and wonder in the real world. And,
right.
And we don't want to be here.
Finding, and then here we are, like, oh man, if we could go to this fake world that's based on the magic of the real world. Like, I don't know. Somewhere I feel like Hayao Miyazaki is just like uncontrollably sweating, and he doesn't know why.
Yeah,
splitting headache.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
How old is Miyazaki now?
He's not young.
No, he's not young. I'm gonna say
actually
late 70s.
That was my issue with Nausicaa, is that the way that it ended just was so, I don't know, it felt like a cop out. It was like, you really just you're gonna give up on that? Okay.
Oh, the movie?
Right. I guess that's where we're going. No, the manga.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah,
the movie, God, and the movie they did an awesome adaptation, but
yeah.
No, the manga is, whoa, it goes dark.
Yeah.
It does. It's the weirdest thing. There's two series that I always found that like the adaptations are not only just vastly different from the manga in a whatever way, but like just like the because they're both good. The quality is like immaculate on both of them, but the complete tone and story has changed, and that's Nausicaa and Akira.
Yes.
Like,
oh yeah.
It was so mind-boggling to me. Like, I don't know, in college, I finally tracked down the manga for those. I was like, oh yeah, let me go add these to my collection. I sat down and read them. I was like, holy shit, what is going on here?
Yeah.
I had no idea, but also, I mean, they weren't going to make a 4-hour anime film. So
No.
Hayao Miyazaki is 80, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Well, we all needed to know, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I could have gone on without that knowledge.
I am now enriched.
I'm trying to
It's
find.
gonna be. I think that death will hit me harder than any other celebrity death.
Oh, man, the last
Yeah.
celebrity
Yeah.
that put me down was my hero from childhood was Hawking, Stephen Hawking.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like, that brought
was
me to
good.
tears.
So
Same with I think we had this discussion last time with Mako from
Yes.
All the Things.
Yeah.
I've got to take a break for like 30 seconds, but when I come back, we'll start the trivia show. So talk amongst yourselves for a few minutes, and I'll be right back. I just gotta take a bathroom break.
Got it.
Not to be too TMI here, but
I'm sorry, you violated the Twitch stream, sister.
Right.
Take us with you. That's what you do when you're on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
POV Kim.
'Kay.
And he's gone.
I like how he went from 30 seconds to a couple of minutes. Like, okay, what are we actually doing here?
Well, I mean, you know, you don't want to make any real prejudgments there.
right? No. He
never
could have just been like, look, I gotta go drop the kids off at the pool. I'll be right back.
There's some paperwork you got to get done.
Yep.
Not leaving the office till the paperwork's done.
Yep, absolutely. So many wonderful euphemisms for that. Like, it doesn't even need to be said bathroom break. You know, people get it. We're not done.
No, we usually on my Monday podcast we call it the bio break. We'll do pre-show, we do a bio break, and then we jump back into the thing. Die Ben, gosh, I'm gonna fuck that up. Die
It's
Benji
Die
Die.
Benji Die.
Oh, Die Benji Die. Thank you very much. Good cultural
that sounded
Goth
like
story.
Japanese. But you
Well,
just
'cause
said
I was
Benji
in-
die.
Yeah, I was in a very Japanese moment there.
It's awesome.
Apparently, Spirited Away is part of the goth culture.
Yeah, I was just reading that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He dropped a link in here for us to check out.
Wherein they sell the Satanic Bible and Spirited Away. I want to go into any store that has that in the same section.
Well, yeah. Hot topic.
Right. Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh.
look at the
Fair,
girl.
I mean,
The main
yeah.
character of Spirited Away was definitely like a emo goth. She was like everybody sucks. Like,
Yeah,
they
man,
suck.
she was way emo.
Yeah.
You're 100%
Scary.
right.
I remember that being a scary movie.
Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Really?
it
Yeah,
is.
some-
I
something.
think it's scary. I mean, it's scary because it,
Other than-
especially to kids, it's totally scary to kids,
Well,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
creepy
I freaked
too.
my kids out the first 20, 30 minutes. I was like, no,
Yeah.
no, stay with it. It.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Mhm.
It all is okay.
Oh,
Like
that's
that.
you just reminded me too, because like when you go to the Spirited Away world in VR chat, there's like a
Uh-huh.
whole table. No Face is sitting there in his big, huge form, and he's got a whole table of food in front of him. If you eat any of it, you turn into a pig.
So I have to remind myself to do this later, but I have amazing pictures of my daughter at like 12 years old as No Face Ghost for Halloween in Brooklyn.
Awesome.
She was in like the
Nice.
Brooklyn Parade and stuff as No Face Ghost.
That's great.
Yeah, Amanda, you've met Zoe, I think, when she was little, right? I think you met her back then, didn't you?
So long ago,
Yeah.
but
She
yeah,
must have been
yeah.
like 7 or 8 or something at the time, I think.
Or maybe it was there. I can't think now. Maybe when you were on 32nd Street, maybe.
Yeah, that would have been the time because they were there at my studio
Okay.
a lot. Like if they didn't
Oh,
have
okay.
school or something, they would just come and hang out at my studio.
Oh, okay.
Extreme weebs, indeed.
Yeah. So,
Weeb
so
life.
what we're gonna do this time? I just realized I left the video on Mike. So Mike, you've been talking for a really long time. Your avatar.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry about that. Are you
Mike is
tired?
on.
Automated or not.
Are you blue in the
I
face?
am. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I gotta go get my breathalyzer. Hang on.
yeah, right. So what we're gonna do this time? We're gonna do the trivia game. And if it comes to your turn and you don't want to play or you just want to forfeit or whatever, feel free to just ask the audience to answer for you. The Twitch. So what we'll do is if anybody gets stuck and can't answer a question, we'll ask the Twitch audience for hints or answers. And Twitch audience, if you get an answer right, you will get, I don't know, some download of a track, or maybe if you get, I'm just going to make this up right now as we're going along. If you get 3 right, you get the entire Mandible Judy original soundtrack. I've been teasing that goddamn soundtrack for like about a month now, and it still hasn't come out. But it is almost ready. I've just been putting it off because I keep making changes. But if you get one right, I'll give you. I'll send you a download or two as well. So,
Chris, your pencils are sharp enough. Even the dullest pencil will make a mark.
Yeah, you're good, man. Well said. Well said.
Yeah, I don't know. I still can't draw blood, so with my pencils.
Existentially, you've been drawing blood for a while, my friend.
Yeah, right. Seriously. So,
I had a serial killer character, and I could help you with that.
So what?
Yeah, I played a serial killer in a audio drama years back. And I probably could help. Drawing blood.
Drawing blood, the easy way or the hard way, depending on how you look at it. So
Right, exactly.
I hope
Depends on which side of the table you're on.
I'm hoping I've got my PS3 controls right here. I'm going to just test it. Yeah, hey, there are the categories. So anybody wants to play, take note. I'm going to show you the categories every time it's somebody's turn. By the way, that weird cracking sound, if you're listening to Twitch stream and you hear a weird cracking sound in the background, I'll be damned if I know what that is. Something is breaking. It's the sound of something in the map breaking, like it's not operating properly. And I've searched this entire damn map, and I cannot find out what it is. So I just am living with it. So we've got a breaking sound in the background every like 30 or 40 seconds. So we got.
Do we have a Twitch audience?
We do have a Twitch audience. We got about like 10 people there.
We had 6
Yeah.
people there.
That's awesome.
How do I get to that? How do I get to that on my computer again? I'm sorry.
I can tell you the link, but it's also in the public broadcast chat. The text
thing
chat.
is, I'm talking to you guys now on my iPhone, and I just need to get it on
your
my,
laptop. Okay, so type this in then. It's twitch.tv. Twitch.tv/Wonderville NYC, all lowercase, all one word.
Whoever the Omni nerd is,
that's
thank you
Adam.
So much for so Adam, excellent. The Robot Carnival, not only for myself, but also an animator buddy of mine will just wet himself over that.
It's such a good little collection. Like, I try and force it on any of my friends who come over, and they're like, "Let's watch anime," but I don't know what I want to watch. I'm like, "Boy,
That's
howdy,
wonderful.
have I got something for you."
What's it called? Robot Carnival. I don't know this one.
Just
Oh man,
start rubbing your hands together.
Yeah, right. Like a fly. Yeah, do
Yeah,
tell.
start with that really weird episode from Cowboy Bebop with the French guy, the giant balloon dude, and we're just gonna go weird from there.
I love Cowboy Bebop. That one I do know.
I'll accept all recommendations. So the only thing I ever watched was Utena, which we discussed before.
Yeah,
And
'cause Amanda was in it. Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Yes, awesome, great choice.
Good.
I felt like the second season
the Last
started.
Exile is real good.
What's that, Clayton?
The Last Exile.
Okay, I don't know
Very,
what.
especially if you enjoy, if you
gonna
enjoy
type
the
it in the
kind
Twitch
of
chat.
crazy world that is
Thanks, Aaron.
Miyazaki and all things Miyazaki.
Yeah.
The Last Exile is awesome. It's airships, because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Right.
It feels very Lapta in a lot of ways. You're like, well, this totally could be in the same world. It's not. Just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you're aware.
Oh, cool.
But it's wonderful, and it's one season, one and done, so you don't have to get into like shit. I might got Naruto 26 seasons of filler episode. Just
Right.
go in and enjoy it. It's awesome.
Oh, cool. The Last Exile, and where is that on a
Last
stream?
Exile,
Any
yep.
streaming services that we know of?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably not.
I
Like
watched it a really long time ago. The
Crunchyroll or something.
the
9
other one you can
anime.
get into,
9 anime.
Oh, okay.
9 anime.
Yeah, I
Um,
almost guarantee it.
The other one that you can get into that I don't know if it exists anywhere else, but I have the DVD somewhere, is Generator Gawl. GAWL. Again, one season, wonderful. I mean,
Huh.
it is. It starts out feeling like it's gonna be kind of a silly show guy or with a damn it, I just dropped the damn word.
It's right there on the floor, man.
It is. Shoujin. So
Shoujin.
like all the adolescent boy, whatever. And then it hits you in like the last episode with some seriously heavy shit. You're going, oh god, what
that
just happened?
Sounds like Full Metal Alchemist. We're cutting into Chris's show here.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's not
Please,
my
go,
show.
go, go.
It's our show. But yeah,
True,
no,
but You're
awesome.
the one doing this.
Clayton, can I ask you to drop the names of those two anime, the Last Exile and Generator Gaul into the text chat?
Absolutely.
The public.
Absolutely.
This is the for Twitch viewers. That's the Discord channel. Actually, our Discord channel is Mandible Judy. And I don't know whether you need an invite to get into it or not. You might.
You do.
You do.
Yep, you absolutely
Okay.
do. I'm also,
But in any case, Twitch is the place to
you have
be if you're there already. So let's look at these categories, shall we? Monster, gore/disturbing, psychological, paranormal, killer, and international. And if you can't remember that, I could read them off each time if our contestants in our Hollywood Squares-esque, which actually reminds me, I didn't do the intro, so here's our little intro. Because all game show themes have to end with those 4 notes. Da 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 da.
Mudskoggin Squares.
The Mudskoggin Squares. They're square and they're here to answer your questions or somebody's questions or their own questions or not answer any questions. Okay, here we are. So first up is Mike. Are you ready to play?
I am ready.
All right. I don't know if you're seeing this. I'll read it off to you. Monster, gore disturbing, psychological, paranormal, killer, and international.
Yep, I actually tuned into the stream and I was going to mention some even crazier. The picture of Adam, the sack puppet of Adam, minus the glasses, that's me 25 years ago.
Right, the hair, right.
I'm so envious of your hair.
So weird.
And here's Mike now.
Man, like, we
Not
joked
really.
about Mike and I like being the brothers, sisters, nephews, but like in all seriousness, like it is a little creepy how similar we are.
Yeah, it's
despite
weird.
Having never met beside this.
Yep.
Like,
Anyway,
very
monster is what I do.
Monsters? Okay, so let's go with monsters, and I think that's. Let me see if I get
Hopefully
this
you'll
right.
pick
Oops,
somewhere
no, that's not it. Hang on. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay. Monster. Who directed Dawn of the Dead 2004?
Oh, I love that movie. I don't know. I'm not even going to try because I can't remember that, but somebody from the Twitch audience.
That's quite all right. Is there anyone in the Twitch audience? Tamara is right now monitoring the Twitch stream, and she will tell us if there is anybody who has an answer. Who directed Dawn of the Dead, the 2004 version, as opposed to the George Romero version from whatever year that was? 1981, 82, 80, 1980 maybe, the original one? Anybody? Nobody knows this? Even in our Twitch stream?
There's a
No answers there.
I remember this.
I kind of know, but only because I typed up the question for you.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I can tell you that I kind of know because I'm looking at all the answers right now because somebody has to. I'll give you guys a hint. We mentioned his name earlier tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Hayao Miyazaki.
No, yeah, I wish. Jesus. Can you imagine that? Dawn of the Dead by Miyazaki. Yeah.
Subarashi.
Zombie, yeah.
Sugoi.
Be like mate, mate, mate.
So, okay, it's Zack Snyder. And
Yo,
that
Snyder,
gets
really?
Oh.
and that gets a
Wow.
He had to be a baby.
2004, yeah. What year was Watchmen? Oh, actually, what year was 300? That was probably around then, wasn't it?
guess you're
300 was before that, I think. Actually, I think.
Right.
I don't know.
Dramatic departure from tone.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I mean, I never saw his version of Dawn of the Dead, but imagining what it might have been like. Okay, Adam, you're next. So, are you? I don't know if you're looking at the Twitch stream. Do you want me to read off the categories?
I mean, God, I am literally the worst at this.
That's okay. We'll let the Twitch
hit
audience.
me-
Yeah.
Yeah, hit me with paranormal.
Okay, paranormal is number 4, so that would be. Oh God, let me see if I get this right. Yes, I did. The archaeological site in the opening sequence of The Exorcist is located in what Middle Eastern country?
I don't know. I legitimately don't think I've actually seen The Exorcist.
Sorry, I'm going to be one of those
I've been
guys.
working through my backlog,
That's
but,
okay.
like, I'm 30.
No,
I just don't remember this part. I saw this question and I was like, I think you mean the Omen.
okay. So anybody in the Twitch stream, somebody in the Twitch stream's got to have some answers. Benji, come on, come through for me, baby.
I've run those stairs before, but I couldn't tell you.
So the opening is Max von Sydow in the desert, right, doing an archaeological dig, and he finds Pazuzu, which is, it's like a totem or whatever, an icon of Pazuzu, which is the demon that possesses Regan, the child.
Can one of us?
Anybody?
Can one of us guess?
Yes. What the hell not? Because nobody in Twitch is.
Almost positive it was Tunisia.
Nope. Anybody else?
Morocco.
No, it's a country that it would be much more known to Americans at this point.
I'd go with Afghanistan.
That's a good guess, but not right.
Damn.
What's
Iran?
the next? Yeah, closer. Getting close. Yes, it's Iraq. Okay.
I was just gonna say that.
So it's amazing. Yeah. So this is what's going to happen, you guys. Is we're gonna basically everybody's going to get the answers wrong, and it'll be even more entertaining. Okay.
By the way, circle back. That Dawn of the Dead was Zack Snyder's director debut.
Oh, so it was before 300. Amazing.
It was 2 years prior to 300.
Huh.
5 years prior to Watchmen.
I was not a fan of Watchmen. I thought it was pretty awful.
Oh, I liked it.
God, I hated
Perfect.
it. Really? Jesus.
I love that.
You know what? To be honest, I didn't love the book either.
Blue dick all day long.
But
That's fair.
but I don't know. I just felt like, man, that okay. Let me just one 2 words, and maybe you'll disagree with me, but the sex scene. I mean, really? That was the most awkward sex scene I have ever seen on
Oh,
film.
but it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I know, but
Talking about
that doesn't cut it. Okay, I don't pay money to go to see a bad sex scene. I mean, it has to at least be emotionally pleasing. Like, okay, these people love each other, or awesome, they're getting their rocks off, or whatever. But just like a sex scene where you're cringing the entire time, no, I'm sorry. No.
Yep.
It was true to tone.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess maybe that's what Zack Snyder's sex is like. Oh, sorry, Zack.
Wow.
But anyway, I'm being really crude
Moving
tonight.
on.
All of his sex is monochrome and slow motion.
Yeah. And like
But it's slow motion
backlit.
in the
It
same
was
way-
backlit. It
Oh,
was
yeah, absolutely.
awful.
All
Jesus,
backlit.
what was up with that? I guess that he didn't want us to
Slow
see their
motion in the
bodies,
same
but
way that,
you know.
well, yeah. I mean, come on.
I don't remember.
Why would you
this
not
at all.
show that off?
I'm not gonna find it. Is it on YouTube?
Probably. It's
Zack
between
Snyder's
what's his name, Owlman and Thunder Woman.
Yeah, it was on the ship.
Spectre.
Yeah, thank you.
Spectre.
Yeah.
Silk Spectre.
Well, because
Yeah.
you figure, I mean, again, quick, digression here. You've got a guy who's, in short, giving into his midlife crisis, getting back into
Hello, I'm
super
talking.
scene, and
saying
somehow
things.
finds his way into the interest and bedroom of the most, what is essentially God's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all of the midlife, like, oh, geez, can I still perform, mixed with the anxiety of, will God see?
You know what I think it is, Clayton? I think for me, and God, we're just nerding out here. This is ridiculous because we've completely waylaid. It's Aaron's turn, by the way, and we're going to get to that in a second.
Hey,
But
I'm watching the sex scene now.
oh, okay, awesome. So, yeah, let us know. Let us know what you think. But to me, it's like it's the problem I have with all superhero media. It's whenever they try to make it like this is what superheroes would really be like. I'm like, that's like completely anathema to what superheroes actually are in our culture. They're things that don't exist. They're supposed to be things that don't exist. And that was a movie where like it was like, what if they really existed? And I'm like, if you're like 14 years old, maybe, but you know, what'd you say, Aaron?
I think the trope that they're trying to
that was a
do
good
with
Batman voice.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. But the trope that they're trying to deal with, the fact is that they're trying to extend the audience beyond the people that want the fantasy. They want the people that wonder what it's like if they're, superheroes are real.
I get that.
It expands.
Yeah, I get that.
That's
But
the whole point.
I get that, and not to be a blowhard about this, but I'm going to be a blowhard about this. Briefly, I'll be a blowhard very, very briefly. I just feel like who didn't think of that for 5 minutes and then say, oh, right, that's not the real world. Why am I bothering with it? Isn't the whole point of superheroes is escapism? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
There's just no way around that.
This was Alan Moore's comment on the Cold War. So
right. That's cool.
All like, these aren't superheroes. These are all nuclear warheads.
Well, here's the other thing. Can I complain again about Watchmen? What the hell with dropping the squid on the city and it's dead? It's dead. Like it doesn't even pull any buildings down with it or something. I don't know. Like what was the point of that?
It was
supposed to be. Yeah, it was Alan Moore. Here's an alien race that the entire human race is going to ban against because we only are united in our aggression. Is ultimately what that whole thing was.
Yeah, but he builds up to it, and then nothing happens because it's dead.
It's weird. I agree.
I mean, something happens. It's not totally fair.
Counter argument, when you were talking about the whole whether or not the culture, like people going like it's fake and whatever, they did create an entire series of what if comics, which means this is right up that alley. What if?
Oh yeah.
Want to know? You don't remember the what if?
Oh yeah, no. I mean I know what you're talking about, but I mean, and what and how is
same thing because what they did was they created a what if superheroes were real.
Right.
What if? That's why that genre was created. That's why it became popular.
That kind of makes sense to me because the whole concept of what if is taking things that can't be real and making them real and seeing what would happen. So that kind of makes sense to me.
What if Germany won the war?
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Man in the High Castle.
Exactly. Which I was going to say is Philip K. Dick's entire oeuvre.
Yeah.
Yes. Germany or Japan or pick your enemy.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Give me Philip K. Dick all day long.
That
Aaron's turn.
was close to a.
You insert your jokes.
Yeah. All right. So Aaron's turn. So Aaron, pick a category.
Yes. Psychological.
All right, psycho. That's her psycho. She's a psycho, or somebody's a psycho. Psychological is number 3. I had to wait while I figured out what button to press. What is the amount of money Marion Crane... we got this question last week, and you weren't here, Aaron, so I'll give it to you again anyway. So what is the amount of money Marion Crane steals at the beginning of Psycho? How funny that I just said Psycho. 1960. No one knows this. Nobody knows the answer.
$42,000.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Are you really saying that?
Oh my God!
Yeah, I was going to say 24,000 or 42,000.
Well, you're super close. I don't know. I feel like we should give it to you because you're like $2,000 off.
No way.
It's 40,000.
Oh, so exact.
You were so exact. Aaron,
the,
I like that you've got a shovel on your back. It's really cool. You're like going.
I figure I'm a grave digger.
Speaking well, or like you're like on the archaeological dig with Max von Sydow. You know, in Iraq.
Really old.
Oh yeah, you're in Yeoman, right? Anyway, I think you got the answer to that. I mean, it might have been a guess, but but or maybe it was sort of your memory saying, Aaron, 40,000.
Well, I remember that I saw the question and I
Oh,
thought it was like $2,000.
okay.
So
Well, there
it was
were.
a half cheat.
I mean, you sent me about 90 questions. So, I mean, if you saw the
Yeah,
question, it was
the-
one of 90. So I don't think you would remember it too
Yeah.
clearly.
Yeah, and I clearly didn't remember the exact
Very
answer.
good. Very good. I don't know if Tamara is playing. Tamara, are you playing? She'll answer us when she.
Figures out where the beat
I'm
button is.
actually listening to the
Okay.
Twitch stream, and it's delayed. So what was that?
Oh, sorry. Are you?
Say
Do you want to play the game, or do you want me to move on to Clayton?
I actually can't hear you very well through
Oh.
my phone right now.
Oh, okay.
Because my AirPods died. So you probably. Well, I mean, I don't know. I could maybe do it.
I
You want to try it?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So I just love watching people's avatars and listening to them talk because it doesn't really quite match up, but it almost matches up. Okay, so so you're looking at
I
Twitch,
know.
right? So you see the
Pontificating that one.
so monster, gore disturbing, psychological, paranormal, killer, or international. If you're looking at the Twitch stream, you
Let's
can
go with monster.
monster. We like monsters. What's not to like? Okay, so monster. Whoops, that's not the right button. Here it is. Elsa Lanchester played the dual roles of the bride in The Bride of Frankenstein, 1935, and what author in the prologue of the film?
Okay, haven't seen it.
But what's the movie?
What
Bride
author
of Frankenstein.
in the prologue of the film?
Yeah.
Okay, Mary Shelley.
Yes. Very good. I kind of helped you with the hint, but I think that still counts. Very good. So we have 2 right answers. I mean, we're getting there. Excellent. Good job. And of course,
Well, you can give me another question if you want. See, this is really confusing. 'Cause
yeah, that's the way
I
it should
can't really
work.
hear you through the phone, but then I'm hearing myself talking on the Twitch
Yeah.
stream, like what I said, 10 seconds ago.
Oh God, I hate that.
So,
Oh, sorry.
so
yeah, you might want to
you can
mute
give me another
Twitch.
one if you
could
feel that you.
You could mute Twitch and then just listen to Discord because that will be you won't hear yourself.
Yeah, no,
That's what I've done. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
done that.
I just put the headphones back on. 'Cause
Oh,
I
okay,
thought we were
cool.
talking, but,
Okay.
But then I heard you say that you helped me on that question. So if you
Oh,
want
that's
to give
okay.
me another one,
I'll give you another one. In fact, I think that's what we should do from now on. If you get one right, you go again. So let's just do that. So all right.
Okay.
So here are the categories again. Monster.
Hey, back up. I want another one.
Yeah, I'll give you another one, Aaron. I know it's not lost on me that the 2 women in 2 of the 3 women in the group are the ones that got the answers right.
As it frequently is.
Yes, exactly. Because guys are dumb. Okay, so
Picks get in the
Well,
way.
use that.
It's just it is what it is.
yeah. So what's your category, Tamara, for your second question?
let's do international.
All
Why
right.
not?
Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's that. In Train to Busan, great movie. Who is the person Seok Woo is going to see in Busan? God, I have no idea. Oh my God.
Oh,
Seriously?
Word.
Seok Woo is going to see her. It's her grandmother
Let's see. Stand by. Looking up the
her mother.
answer.
It's either her mother or her grandmother.
Wait, international. So I'm looking in the wrong category. One sec. Ex-wife. So it's a guy. Seok Woo is a guy. I think it's the female
I thought it
protagonist. I know. I would have thought so too.
You know what? There's
There's a male
thought it was
protagonist
his
and
daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
His daughter got on the train to go see. I was going to say her mother. Well, I said
Right.
her grandmother, but her mother.
You have
Anyway, whatever.
You have
Okay,
a better
so I'm
memory of
wrong.
this movie. You have a better memory of this movie than I do, for sure. I know this is one of Mike's favorites.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It is. I really, really enjoy that. So I'm showing you now talking, even though you're not talking, just because I didn't press the button at the right time. Okay, so I mean, if we want to be really fair, we'll give Judy a chance. Oh, she's just groaning, so I guess she doesn't want to talk. Clayton, it's your turn.
And how?
And it is.
I mean, that's how
Prepare
all
for
this stuff with
failure.
Judy started. Just people not giving her a chance.
I know, and you turn around. One day they're like 9 years old. Next day they're a crustacean.
Judy.
It's not fair.
Rapid carcinization happens.
I'm glad there's a scientific term for it.
I mean, if we're to believe anything about science, it is all things on a long enough timeline turn crabs. So,
Yes, that's right. That just came out recently, and I'm like, cool. Mandible Judy has never been more relevant, sort of. Actually, you know what, Clayton? I'm going to make you wait because I promised Aaron a second question. I've totally forgot.
Please, by all means.
So, all right. So, Aaron, do you want to pick a category?
I cut in. Paranormal.
Paranormal. All right. I got to say, I'm a little disappointed in our Twitch stream. You know what I'm saying? I mean, okay, paranormal.
Bring the noise, Twitch. Come on.
Yeah. In Paranormal Activity, it's the paranormal category, and the movie is called Paranormal Activity 2. 2010. What is the gender of the firstborn child required as payment for an ancestral demonic deal? That really rolls off the tongue.
I don't remember, but I'm going to assume it's male.
Okay.
Firstborn male child seems to be the theme.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be correct. Well done. That means you get another chance.
You know what?
What?
If I had actually thought about that, I would have said female.
Bonus.
See, this is
Because it was passing through like the sisters and the parent. Okay, never mind.
yeah, but this is the key. Don't think about anything.
Yeah.
Don't think through anything. Just go with it.
How much did they make the first Paranormal Activity for?
Oh,
$3,000.
damn.
12 grand.
Oh, holy shit! Really?
And it was
I
like
gotta watch it.
100 times. Oh man. Oh, it's
I've never seen it.
We've never seen it.
No.
Wow.
See, I'm saying
Pretty
like
great.
honestly, like, horror movies of the last 15, 20 years, I'm kind of spotty on, I gotta say. I really love early horror movies and just, I don't know, just fell off.
It's one of the ones that still really scares me.
Awesome. I will watch
that
it.
last scene.
So, Clayton, your turn. Category?
Well, we're not doing paranormal, obviously.
I mean, it randomizes, so it should come up with a different one, but...
I don't think we've done gore yet. We're going to do gore.
Okay, awesome.
She doesn't like a little bit of buckets of that.
All right, gore disturbing. What actress was in both the Planet Terror and Death Proof segments of Grindhouse, 2007? Sort of vaguely related.
Oh, I'm so bad with names.
I don't know if I would call that gore disturbing, but I guess it's sort of gore disturbing.
I think they're both pretty.
I guess so.
Death Proof definitely was.
Yeah.
Planet Terror wasn't. If I see one more pustule pop on somebody.
Yeah.
What is her friggin' name? I can see her in my head.
Yeah.
She's got dark hair, straight.
Okay, Twitch stream. Any help?
Help me, please.
The
please.
question again was, God, I can't get it back up because I've already turned it off. But it was who was the actress that was in both Planet Terror and Death Proof in Grindhouse movie by Quentin Tarantino and Roberto Rodriguez?
Rosemary Clooney.
Oh, that was almost it.
That's a joke.
You had part of the name right.
Clooney?
No, the first part.
Rosemary?
I mean, half of that name, right?
Rose?
Yeah.
Tyler?
No, anybody
Rose
on Twitch?
McGowan.
We got an answer
Yes.
on Twitch.
Somebody said Rose McGowan, and that is the answer.
Corset Lore.
Yeah, that's one of our
Oh,
people.
thanks.
My
Thank
friend.
you, Tamara.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have remembered this either. Tamara seems to have a really good memory. obviously do not have a very good memory because I'm looking at a cheat sheet, literally. Okay.
I wish I could claim I had an excuse for that. I just have bad memory, especially when it comes to like faces and names.
Yeah.
I can get the two independent together. That ain't happening.
Okay, so it's Amanda's turn. And Amanda, again, no pressure because nobody else here seems to know the answers to any of these. Well, two people do.
But we're having fun.
We're having fun.
Okay.
That's what
But
counts.
okay, so here are the categories: monster, gore, disturbing, psychological. I think you're watching the
Okay.
Twitch stream, so just pick one of those.
Yeah, I am. How about psychological?
Okay. What is the name of the villainous character Kathy Bates portrays in Misery 1990? We had this question last week. You weren't here. Don't anybody give her the answer. Not an easy one. Honestly, I think none of these are really easy questions. I would have thought they would have thrown in a couple of simple ones, but
Yeah, that's too long ago for me to remember. I'm just gonna take a wild guess at Betty or Betsy or something.
you got the E part right.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
No, that's too hard.
sorry.
yeah,
Wait, what category were we in again?
psychological.
Psychological, thank you. It's Annie Wilkes. I should have asked
Oh,
Twitch
my.
for the answer to that. No
Ah,
doubt there was somebody
yeah.
on Twitch saying, God damn it, why didn't he ask us? But yeah, it's Annie Wilkes.
If only he had solicited us.
Ah,
So I think I remember commenting last week that the name Wilkes is automatically horror because John Wilkes Booth.
Huh.
And it's kind of got
oh,
it's got like kind of a resonance that you wouldn't necessarily get immediately unless you think about it,
yeah.
which is kind of
Yeah.
cool. But
Yeah.
what a great character. I love Kathy Bates.
Rather stupidly, my brain went to the old Got Milk commercial with Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr. Rear window. So I'm gonna
Annie Wilkes is a character on the Castle Rock show too, but I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, weird. Oh, cool.
Well, it's all like characters from Stephen King universes.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. I have a humble brag to make here. I worked with Kathy Bates once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and
Really?
she was relatively new. I worked on a Robert Altman film, which is also a humble brag, and
Yeah.
there are a lot of humble brags in this humble brag. The rest of the cast members were Cher and Sandy Denny and Karen Black, which was the most
Was
exciting.
this maybe at the Five and Dime?
Yes,
DVD,
come back
Jimmy?
to the Five and Dime Jimmy
Yeah.
Dean. Yeah. So do you remember?
What
I have
you saw
not
it?
seen that, but it's
Oh,
one of my
okay.
mom's favorite
I
movies.
haven't
It's
seen
awesome.
it either.
It's really good, actually.
What's it about? And
It's
what did
adapted
you
from
do,
a
Chris?
stage. It's adapted from a stage play, and it was shot very theatrically. It was all, very little editing, very like lots of single takes just cut together, and all the effects are done on the set with lights.
Huh.
So it's really cool. In the middle of the set, it's in the Five and Dime, the entire thing, and in the middle of the set is a big mirror that you usually have like behind the cash register in the Five and Dime, and on the other side of that mirror in real life was the mirror version of the set. So
Huh.
and
neat.
it was half glass. It was like half reflective. So if they brought the lights down on one side and up on the other side, you would suddenly change to the other side, which was in mirror. Everything was backwards. So you could have.
What did you do?
Cool is that?
What did you do on the film?
So I was an art PA, and most of my job was to basically blow tumbleweeds past the door outside the door, and also
okay.
throw red earth into a fan to make it look like it was really dusty. And so I got the nickname Dusty while I was working on it, which was pretty sad.
Oh,
I was, I don't know, probably like 20 years old or something, I think.
right. Right.
But I have a really good story. Should I tell my story? I think Tamara's
Yeah.
heard that. Tamara's definitely heard this story. Okay, so I don't think anybody else has ever told this story. This was in the days before the internet. So if it had happened during the internet, there would have been pictures the next like 5 minutes later. But there were people snapping
Right.
cameras the whole time, and I've never seen a shot of this. So it's Cher's birthday. Sorry, it's Sandy Dennis's birthday. She's probably about 70, 71 years old at the time of the shooting.
Oh.
She was definitely the oldest actress of the bunch. And so she was kind of the one that they all respected. And Cher paid for catering for the day for Sandy's birthday. So we broke for lunch and went out to get our food in the studio, and there's this whole spread from a bakery, and it's like cakes and popsicles and stuff. But Cher being Cher, it was the Erotic Bakery, which is a place in Manhattan. So all the popsicles were penises. And this is really weird, and I'm sorry if this offends anybody, but it's pretty funny. The cake, they unveiled the cake. It had a gigantic phallus sticking out of the top of it, like straight up, right? And so everybody's like, like there was a moment of gasp from everyone in the room, right? Like the entire crew is there. And by the way, photographers all over the place shooting pictures of this and shooting pictures of Sandy Dennis's reaction to this cake, right? So Sandy Dennis is like, all right, I'm on. And she proceeds, 71 years old, she proceeds to go down on the cake.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Snap, 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 snap. Lots of pictures. None of them ever turned up in public, as far as I know. I've looked for this online to see if I could
Probably
find,
is
you know.
threatened murder.
Sorry?
She
They-
probably threatened murder.
Well, the photographer never would have worked again at the time. That would have been like,
Wow.
you're blacklisted. You can't.
Yeah.
This is private. You can't. But so much has changed because the walls
Thank
have
you,
come
Nancy.
down. That doesn't exist anymore. You know.
Right, because we're in a Kardashian universe now.
That's to put it bluntly, yes. Anyway, so I took up way too much of our time.
Where the sex tape is a requisite.
That's right. Yeah, Paris Hilton universe or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So who's
I gotta
has
get on that.
who are there any, like, am I just being a sexist because I don't remember, or are there any men who have released a sex tape with the brouhaha that Paris Hilton had?
I want to say.
What about
Coveney had one.
Well,
Bridges?
was it intentional is the question, I guess. Oh, one
Oh,
of
I
the
don't
Bridges
know.
had a sex tape?
Yeah, the one that went off kilter.
Which one
It
is
was
that?
Bo,
That
I
would be
think.
Jeff
Was it
or
Bo?
Bo?
Is it Bo and Bridges or is it
Bo Bridges,
I wanna
Jeff
say the
Bridges.
the other brother?
I think it was
I wanna say
Lloyd
it was
Bridges.
Bo.
Lloyd Bridges' sex tape is
No,
must
Lloyd-
see TV.
Lloyd Bridges is the dad.
Are you serious? Lloyd
Wow.
Bridges?
Oh, Chris is trying to get a rise out of you there.
Bob Saget.
Sorry, I just
Well done,
suddenly
Mel.
it just
Wait, I don't
flashed
mean
through my
Bo-
brain. Aaron, go ahead, please.
Who are the other brothers?
I thought it was
We
just
got Bo
It's
Bridges
just
and
Bo
Jeff
and
Bridges.
Jeff, right? There's just Bo and Jeff.
who's on
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
but okay, I mean other famous brothers.
Other famous
I don't think it
bridges.
was Bo
Bridges.
Bridges.
Oh,
59th Street,
Oh,
Manhattan,
Randy Quaid.
Brooklyn.
Randy Quaid.
Oh,
Randy
Yeah.
Quaid.
Yeah.
oh, well, he's done plenty
Yeah, the
to
Randy
be
Quaid sex tape.
plenty to be ashamed of, and the sex tape is not part of it.
Reactor.
But yeah, so there's a Randy Quaid sex tape, huh? And was it made like in the last 5 years when he was like weird and you know?
hope
Shot
not.
on a huge
Yeah, it's
Unwatchable.
like
VHS.
2015.
Oh, my
his
God.
wife like puts a mask on and he
Oh
gets-
my
he
God!
does it doggy style with her.
Oh
from
my
behind while she's
God!
wearing
What the
she's
hell?
wearing, like what is she wearing? She's wearing like a presidential Trump mask or something.
You know,
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I feel
There's so much to unpack.
Oh no,
I
no,
know.
it's Rupert Murdoch.
I feel obliged to say
Also,
that Randy Quaid was
just
once
as
a
much
great
to unpack.
actor, and what the hell, man?
The last time I remember seeing him was in the Independence Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, before that, he actually did stuff that mattered, like
Wait a second.
sorry, Mike. Not that independent doesn't matter. I'm sorry.
No,
I sound like
No,
such
that
a
was-
snob. I am such a snob. I'm terrible. Somebody shoot me. No,
New York
Hi,
fan.
I'm here. I
Friggin' New Yorker.
came. I'm here.
hi,
Yeah,
Tamara.
the entire time.
He was in Brokeback fucking Mountain.
That's right.
Randy Quaid?
And he
Yeah.
was in better than that. He was in The Last Detail. If anyone's ever seen that, it's Mike Nichols. Mike Nichols? No, Bob
Yeah, it's a great
Bob
movie.
Rafelson. It's one of those two.
Yeah.
But it's Nicholson and Randy Quaid and
Randy
Karen
Quaid.
Black. Speaking of the devil, Karen Black's like my
Oh.
favorite. She's the best. She told
Did
me
you
I
ever see
yeah.
Curse of the Black Widow?
No.
From I think that's what it was called in the 70s. It's an evil twin movie from the 70s that was on TV.
Was it?
back then.
Oh, so it must have been Karen Black.
Yeah, it was. It was. And it's about one twin becomes angry at men, and when she becomes angry at a guy she's dating or something, then she turns into a giant black widow spider and devours the guy.
Amazing. I'm a huge fan of
superpower.
I'm a huge fan of Trilogy of Terror. Anybody seen that? Nobody?
No.
I know
Sorry, man.
Tamra has. You guys look it up, man. It's amazing. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix or it's on something because we watched it not that long ago.
Oh.
It was a TV movie with Karen Black in each of the three segments. And the third one, you guys know, you've seen stills of it at the very least. It's a weird little doll that she gets, like this weird little God, I think it's like supposed to be Borneo, like a Borneo wild man of Borneo kind of thing. And it's this little doll, and it comes to life, and starts chasing her around the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen something like that. Actually, there's a Lifetime movie. That's embarrassing to admit.
Brilliant.
It takes a lifetime to get over it. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
well, who was in the
Well, I guess
Lifetime movie?
Somebody ripped off that idea.
Cool. Well, it's a very. I mean, the other two stories in the movie Trilogy of Terror are not as memorable. They're good, but there's something about Karen Black. Like she's just got that. She's sort of like somewhere between, like a great actress and divine. Or like she's just so over the top. TV. Like everything is like overstated, and she wears too much eye makeup.
I don't even remember what she looked like. I'd have to.
She's
look
awesome.
it up.
Yeah, Google
Holy
her.
shit, though! If you
don't
look
really
up,
remember her, but sound like you're describing Piper Laurie.
Yeah, I mean they were
Very.
somewhat the same era. There was a New York City punk band called the Tamara. Help me out with this. What was the Karen Black art punk band?
Oh my gosh, that's right. I remember that, Chris.
Voluptuous.
Oh, hi
Horror.
Nancy. I didn't know you were here. The Voluptuous
Hi.
Horror.
Well,
Thank
I keep
you.
trying to talk, but
I'm sorry.
She already said
I really wanted to talk about Sandy Denny because she's such a great actor. And I
Oh.
had drinks with her once after she was in a dinner theater piece that my drama teacher took us to see. It was this one-woman dinner theater show. It was really strange, to see an actor that I'd seen in movies on television.
She's
doing
fantastic.
dinner theater.
Yeah.
She's fantastic, absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, and she was so gracious and sweet to like meet
Oh,
with
man.
the drama club after the show.
That's
Chris, was
yeah.
Trilogy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Was Trilogy of Terror based on the Stephen King short stories?
I don't know. It was before I even knew who Stephen King was, so I doubt it. But
Because
maybe.
it's reminding me because they did a movie about it too. Because like one of the bits was there was a guy, I don't remember what his thing was, but he had a bunch of small army men, and they all came to life and started. And they ended up using like a nuke and blowing up his entire apartment. but it
That
was,
sounds familiar.
the army men.
Yeah.
It's not this, right?
No, that's not it. But I don't know. I mean, I don't remember when. I mean, Stephen King came to prominence in the 70s, and this was in the 70s, so it's possible.
Yeah.
But I don't really know for sure. Nancy, I'm
Oh, so
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
The Voluptuous Horror of Karen Black.
Right.
Is that the band?
That was the
Yeah.
band I was thinking of. Yeah.
That's wild.
So I've never
Wow.
seen them live, and they didn't exist for very long. But I feel like it was very soon after that band existed that Karen Finley came on the scene, and I feel like that wasn't a coincidence. Like I don't know, like there was something about Karen Finley that was very Karen Black.
Yeah, I was
It was
just watching some of her work on YouTube recently. I felt like going down the Karen
Rabbit
Finley
hole.
lane. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
the
Do you guys know who we're talking about? Karen Finley? That's kind of way. It's very New York.
Performance artist.
Yeah.
yeah, the voluptuous horror of Karen Black was fronted by a performance artist
Okay.
by the name of Kembra Fowler,
Kembra,
actually.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
she was part of this. She was also part of the downtown '70s, late '70s performance art group scene,
Okay.
like Karen Finley.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. So I knew that there was some weird connection, and I wasn't quite sure what it was.
And a filmmaker.
Oh,
I
neat.
don't know her film work, but
Wikipedia says.
Wikipedia is your friend. I'm sorry, I'm making a lot of noise in my room here because I'm trying to prepare for a micro performance because I've got to have my drape up behind me so you guys don't see the actual room that my office is. It's kind of embarrassing. No, it's not that bad, but it looks much better with a big red drape behind it. The conversation suddenly got very New York centric. I didn't mean for that to happen, but it is true.
The only performance anything that I currently know of in New York is either, and these are radically different, Andy Grammer, who has now since turned pop star, or Mark Labier, who is all manner of bizarre.
What?
See, and now you're
joyful-
making me think of you said performance artists, and there was one from like the 70s and 80s that was New England based. So I don't know if you ever hit New York, but maybe this one will force some cringes. G.G. Allen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he hit New York in a big way, dude.
Okay, because he got killed in Portland, Maine, whereas where
Very
I grew up,
cringeworthy.
yeah, he was bad. He was bad.
I was never a
That was
fan,
kind of my
but
No.
But I know
He
people
left
who
it
were.
mark.
I don't want to harsh anybody's enjoyment of any artist, but
Oh no, but he was really bad, man.
he was pretty over the top. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't know Mark Rebier, go take a look.
I know who you're talking about. Okay, so I didn't catch the name when you said it the first time. Yeah, he's the nerd with the keyboard who
French.
the nerd with the keyboard and the bad posture.
Yeah. and all the robes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's awesome. He's really funny. A couple of friends of ours went to see him live with his band, or I guess it's just him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's just him making shit up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all improvised, right? Or relatively. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All yep.
It's
he's got his sound kits and whatnot, but he does it all.
It's very
right there.
impressive. Really, it's totally impressive that he
How do you spell his name?
Rebellet?
Yeah.
Oh, Mark
Rebillet.
Rebillet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's who I
Yeah.
thought you were. The electronic
Rebillet.
musician, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
He is,
Rebillet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's quite wonderful.
Yeah, he's super
Cool.
fun.
There,
I have to check him out next time.
if you want an easy way in, right? Not the path of most resistance, the path of least resistance. Go to 2 Minutes to Funk, and it's one of the best little snippets. He builds a funk song that you're like, damn, I have to move to that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then, of course, there's his much better known "Let Me In." I'm trying to fuck,
Yeah.
which is way less highbrow.
Yeah. Really, you think?
Probably wouldn't want to show your grandmother, but
Oh,
Granny,
amazing.
look at this.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Amazing.
I
Wow.
think he's back to his every Sunday stream. Although he's this 420, he was going to do a thing because, of course, 420.
But then he probably
Yeah.
forgot.
No, he got his second COVID vaccine. And
Oh,
it
that'll
kicked his
yeah.
ass.
I thought you were gonna say, but then he got high.
But then I got high.
When I got high.
See, I knew everyone would get that reference.
So I'm currently the Twitch stream might be wondering what the hell I'm doing. I'm currently trying to get into my controlinator, and I can't see it. Oh, it's over here. That's why. It's Little Big Planet has these stupid childish names for everything. Everything's got to be an inator or aider or whatever. And
very 90s.
It's very 90s.
Makes you the master Vader.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
trying to figure out a way to work that in, and I couldn't.
Well
So thank you for
done,
that.
Well done.
The closest I got was Master Nader, and I was like, that doesn't
Yeah,
sound right.
Ralph Nader. Yeah, exactly.
Damn it, Ralph.
He's like,
Ralph.
probably not, what you want to be thinking about in a situation like that. Anyway.
Not at all.
Hey, Brat and my spank bank.
Oh, Ralph.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna try to do a performance here. That's me. I look like a weird, insane scientist or something, and
Nice.
not in a good way. My hair is a little bit
You're
insane.
currently a bunch of disembodied hands. That's
Well,
all
there
we
are
see.
disembodied hands, but then
Oh, no, I see him.
I've got the embodied hands over here. So
I'm watching like Reanimator or something.
Oh man.
Are we supposed to be able to see you?
there I am.
Yeah,
How do we look at you?
Oh, in
Nice.
Twitch.
On the
Sorry,
Twitch.
Nancy. It's
I
Twitch.
see you now.
The URL is twitch.tv. You might have to log in with another device if you want to be in both at the same time. I'm not really sure. Actually, I think you could do both
Chris,
at the
I
same
think-
time. But it's
I
Twitch.
say
both
this
on
every
my
damn
computer.
time. I'm in such envy of your hair.
It's COVID style. It's twitch.tv, Nancy, /Wonderville NYC, all lowercase, all one word. And if you forget that, it's in the public text chat on Discord. If you go to the chat.
Wonderville, NYC.
Wonderville NYC. Yeah, twitch.tv /Wonderville NYC. I always like when people say /. Like, really, we don't really use other slashes in URLs. So, okay, it's just a
I'm
slash.
totally that guy. Totally that guy.
Yeah. I got to keep repositioning my screen here. So this thing I'm saying hello to you through is actually like a thing that you can use with the PlayStation Eye to grab a sticker from the real world and stick it onto things in Little Big Planet. But they didn't realize people would use it for a live video feed. And actually, I think I might be the only person using this for a live video feed.
It works really
You and
well.
like
It's
30 other cam girls.
Yeah, exactly. Cam girls on Little Big Planet. I would love to see that. Yeah, I would love to see cam girls in Little Big Planet. So, I got my synthesizer working.
Don't say that too close to the Alexa. You'll start getting all kind of weird.
Ooh. Thankfully, I don't have an Alexa. Okay, so I'm going to lower the volume of the Discord channel, and I'm going to perform a 5-minute piece.
Great.
So, just a quick introduction. These are actually two pieces of music. One is from Splatter University, the aforementioned first film I scored in. I did the work in 81, 82, and it was released in 84. And then the second one is from The Toxic Avenger, which I scored in 1983 and was also released in 84. So these are both trash horror classic films with maybe not so classic scores, but I'm going to play them anyway. That's the way it works here because it's my show. God damn it. No. Okay, turning down the Discord. And let's see if this works.
First, you were frightened by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Then you were terrorized by Halloween. And now prepare to be pulverized, traumatized, and hospitalized by Splatter University. A higher degree in terror. Splatter U, rated R. No one under 17 admitted without an adult. Everyone hated Melvin. They teased him.
I want to do it with you. Okay.
Until he had a horrifying accident and fell into a vat of nuclear waste. Melvin became the Toxic Avenger. Everyone hated Melvin.
Somebody brought over some crystal,
Yeah.
and I tried it once because when you're in your 20s, you're invincible, and you're like, what the hell, right?
Sure.
And I was up for like 3 days, did a ton of it. It was amazing. I came down. I was like, oh my God, that was absolutely amazing. I can never do that again. And I never did. But it was. I know why people get addicted to that. It was
That
incredible.
was a nice.
Yeah, that's the way you put it. It
There
really
your
was.
vacation. My uncle, we called him the bad Uncle Matt for a very good reason.
I go away for 5 minutes and you guys are talking about drugs already.
We are.
It was
I thought
your
we were all
face.
listening to their
It's your
performance,
fault.
and I just looked at him and
So
It was
That's
your
why I-
fault.
unmutes, and we're talking about Crystal.
How's it my
so
fault?
my uncle,
How is it my fault?
Because we were trying to figure out who you look like.
Oh, a drug addict. Yeah, that's actually
Well,
probably
No,
accurate.
that wasn't the
no,
whole
no. It's just how it started, man.
Okay.
It was-
Okay.
worlds within worlds here.
Yeah.
Wheels within wheels.
I have no.
And it was a very good performance, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're
it was
very
awesome,
kind.
Chris.
I was grooving.
Thank you, you guys.
Yay.
Thanks.
That's really what spawned
very
the
treated.
drug use comment there.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, my
just
only
we're all
excuse is
back in
that
one
I don't know when the day that I shampoo my hair now is the day that it just like decides it doesn't live on my body anymore. It's just like a free floating thing that wants to have a life of its own. So
We were
yeah.
we were trying to wait for you to like put it a closer picture. We were going to try and get a screenshot of your face so that we could reverse image search and figure out who it is that you remind us of. That was it. And then I think Clayton was like, "Man, I hope nobody's on acid watching this because those babies." And then that was it. We were off.
Oh my God.
Well, Chris, have you been told you look like anyone famous or well known?
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't think so. I don't know. Why? Do I look like somebody?
Well, there was
There
a
is-
couple. Yeah.
Had a
We
bit
had
of
a
a
couple things
Warhol
thrown
look
around.
to 'em.
Yeah.
Warhol,
There is
excellent.
one.
Well, now I
Warhol,
mean
we were-
now the only thing I need to be actually be Warhol because anybody can be Warhol. I mean that was the whole point, wasn't it? All I have
Yeah.
to do is I have to shave my head and make a wig of my hair and then put a snap on the top of my head so I can snap my hair onto my head. because rumor
what
has
did
it
you
that's
say?
what he did. He had interchangeable wigs that
There's
he
a little
can.
bit Gary Oldman.
Yep.
As
Oh.
seen
Gary
in
Oldman.
2021.
All right,
Coming soon. The
Yes.
wig snap.
the wigs.
Billy
And then the
Idol.
last one, yeah. and the
Billy
last
Idol.
one was,
So
Oh,
somebody once yelled at me. Okay, I'm sorry. I've told way too many stories. I'm a storyteller. I have Irish heritage. I'm sorry. Kill me, shoot me, sue me. But I have one more story to
Do it
tell
now.
you.
You're
Okay.
literally the writer of the podcast. That took a lot to come out.
Oh,
Yeah, no doubt.
nice. So, yeah, I was on the subway in, God, I don't know, I want to say 2003, 2004. And, like, it just was like one of those days. It's really packed. And there, New York City, most of you guys have been here at least, and you know it's like a big melting pot and all that. It's all those cliches. So this subway car looked like a New York City subway car. It had every ethnicity you can think of, plus it had, every religious belief. So there's a family of Orthodox Jewish people. So there's a woman and her 3 kids, right, sitting on the bench. And there was a guy standing near the door, this really tall, imposing-looking dude who was obviously off his rocker, and he was just cursing these people out. It was awful. He was just, like, laying into them, and they were, like, just trying to, like, they looked terrified, right? They were just trying not to pay attention. And
right.
as soon as I noticed this, and I can't believe I was the only one in the car to do this, I yelled at the guy. I said, "What the hell do you think you're doing? Leave these people alone. What's the matter with you?"
Yeah, because they're like, this guy was obviously an anti-Semite.
He was, well, I think he was probably even too crazy to be an to even classify as anything. But yeah, he was behaving like an anti-Semite for sure. And so I yelled at him, and then he turned his ire at me, right? Which I figured he would. And I figured, okay, that's all right, as long as he's not berating these poor defenseless children and their mom,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he starts yelling at me, and the first thing he says to me is like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Billy Idol?" So that's where that story came from. I think I can curse on Twitch, can I? Well, I did.
Yeah, we've been
Absolutely.
cursing the whole time.
Okay, good.
Like a white wedding.
Yeah.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
That's right, exactly. So then he comes over and stands like right up against me, and he's easily like 1.5 feet taller than me, and I'm just looking up at him like, I hope he doesn't hurt me,
You were talking to the train man from the Matrix. That's what.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
100%.
Exactly.
What a weird dude that was.
yeah. So
Great
anyway,
actor, though.
it ended with me
kidding.
getting off at Sheridan Square, to which he proclaimed, and if you're from New York, you'll understand this really bad joke that he made. As soon as I got off at Sheridan Square, he said, "All right, faggot," because Sheridan Square is the West Village. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah. So anyway, it was not my favorite day, but I feel like I at least pulled him away from these people for a short time.
Yeah.
Is it really West Village?
Yeah, the West Village. It's Greenwich
Because
Village
in
West, basically.
Yeah, in Los Angeles, it's West Hollywood that is.
Yeah, isn't that
the-
funny?
the-
Go West, young man. Right? Isn't that the?
Young
I
man.
guess.
Yeah.
Well, the West Village, or
Young man.
West
Go on.
Village or Greenwich Village. That's not known to be a gay area. I think really Chelsea is.
Not
Well,
back then.
Chelsea's the mecca.
Yeah.
but back then.
No. Honestly, no. The West Village is the mecca. Chelsea.
okay.
Chelsea came after. West Village is Stonewall. I mean, Stonewall is.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
It was really the beginning of gay culture. Well, I don't know if it's the beginning of gay. What do I know? I'm not gay, so.
Right.
But
right.
I'm not going to speak for other people. But as far as I know, it was kind of the first known gay neighborhood in Manhattan. But yeah, Chelsea definitely.
okay,
I mean,
right, yeah.
there are a lot of gay people in New York, which is one of the things that makes it an awesome city. And so there are people in Chelsea, obviously everywhere. Brooklyn, I think, at one point had the honor of being the largest population of lesbians in the country. I don't think that's true anymore. I'm pretty sure San Francisco must have taken that mantle at some point.
Yeah, Frisco's got it now.
But yeah. or maybe L.A. I don't know. But
well, you reminded me too when you said Greenwich Village. How many people here like know Greenwich Village? You ever been there? Even if you
Yeah,
just
I'm
know
there all
the
the time.
name?
I was there the other day.
Been there, but
Never
I
been.
don't know. I used to live in Lincoln Center, but
oh, neat.
I know the village.
a long time.
Nancy
I live
knows
just
it.
north-
NYU for
I
years.
live, I live just north of Greenwich Village. I'm there all the time. West
Yeah.
Village,
I think
whatever.
that Chris and Aaron and everybody that at least is from the 70s and era, like the reason that it stuck in my head, because I lived in White Plains and
Oh, right.
Glens Falls for a while, but I never was in the city. But Greenwich Village has never like left my head because of the Pope of Greenwich Village.
Oh yeah, right. Mickey Rourke. Yeah.
The Pope of
Yeah,
Greenwich
so
Yeah, it was a
there's
film.
there's
Who directed that?
reference.
This could be a trivia question, except it's not horror.
Yeah.
Right, no, that was
Like Bob Rafelson? No, it was it wasn't Scorsese. It was somebody from that era, though.
it was right, but it was like a Scorsese-esque film because it was brutal as hell.
Yeah.
What's it about? What is it about?
These kids get in trouble with the mob, and the Pope of Greenwich Village is like the mob leader of Greenwich Village, and they're trying to get out. And I remember like the one specific thing that sticks out is I don't know if he snitched on somebody or whatever, but somebody ends up kind of getting their thumb cut off.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
right.
Payment. That's all that was that Mickey Rourke?
Yeah, it's Mickey Rourke. It's Daryl Hannah, Eric Roberts,
Eric
Geraldine
Roberts.
Page. Yeah.
Right, but who lost the thumb? Was that Rourke?
Oh,
or
I
was
don't
it-
know who loses the thumb. I'm trying to find the director.
Lord.
I don't know why it's not
It's
telling me.
Stuart Rosenberg.
Oh, thank you.
Stuart Rosenberg.
Okay, so somebody
you.
that was not really particularly known after that, I guess, unless I
Right.
just don't know his work.
And then of course everybody knows Greenwich Mean Time, which is
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
Greenwich,
Dramatic.
England.
That's what
yeah.
I connected it to.
Greenwich, England. So.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen the movie in a long, long time. I should go
Oh
back
yeah,
and
no,
watch
I
it
don't
again.
think I've seen it since it originally came out.
I mean, they
or,
were both
at
very
least
young.
around that
One of
time.
my favorite Mickey Rourke
Hell of a
movies.
cast.
This is very much
Yes.
off the horror trend, but that we've been following. But Rumblefish by Coppola
Oh yeah,
with Mickey Rourke and Matt Dillon
Yeah.
classic.
and Nicolas Cage and the great score by Stuart Copeland, and
Yeah.
it's just beautifully shot, beautifully edited. It's such a cool movie, very
And
stylized.
that
Matt
so
Dillon.
many
Matt Dillon.
stars.
Yep, Matt Dillon.
Yep.
It
Yeah,
had a
So-
tremendous amount of stars that
Oh,
of
Dennis
young guys
Hopper.
who became major
Yeah.
movie
Yep.
stars.
Dennis
Yeah.
Hopper.
Really?
Who else was in that? Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh yeah.
No
Yeah.
fucking
Yep.
kidding.
Diane
And
Lane.
Tom Waits. Tom Waits is
Tom
in it.
Waits.
Diane Lane,
What?
right? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
What was it called?
Rumblefish.
Rumblefish.
It's the
Rumble.
book by
S.E. Hinton.
S.E.
S.E.
Hinton. Thank you.
Hinton.
Nancy knew I was going to ask that question. Yeah, S.E. Hinton. So it was like
This
a
is
teen novel
Coppola?
from what, the 50s, 60s?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the 50s.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
Coppola made The Outsiders first,
Oh.
which was one of her other novels, and then
Right,
Rumblefish,
right.
which is sort of
Now you said
not really a sequel,
I'm
but
sorry, finish.
no, that's all. Go ahead.
Stuart Copeland did the soundtrack, right? Or
Yeah.
The score.
Yeah,
Now you reminded me because I learned this really. You're talking about the drummer from the Police.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the weirdest little tidbits of information I ever heard about him, and I went and double checked this. Do you remember Peter Gabriel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
The album that had Red Rain, the album that like propelled him into the big time.
It would
I
be
don't
So
remember what
or Us, one of
Right,
the two.
So. It
Yeah,
was So.
Yeah.
that album, all the hi-hat, just the hi-hat is Stuart Copeland.
Oh, how funny.
I know.
Wow.
Like I was like, are you kidding? But I mean, you listen to Stuart
Yeah.
Copeland on the hi. He's a master.
Yeah.
On the hi-hat. Like, he knows what he's doing. So
There's something
Yeah, I
about
hired him
Peter Gabriel records and drums because on the one that I like the most, it's called, the first three don't have names. They're just named after the
Right.
covers. So it would be Car, Scratch, and Melt. And on Melt, there
Melt.
are no cymbals at all.
Right.
Like they decided to do away with cymbals as an instrument. So all the drums are tom-tom, snare, and kick, and that's it. And like
is that the one with Family Snapshot?
no, that's the one after it, Security, which is the first one that
Okay.
actually had a name.
Right.
Yeah, that's also great. Those are the two that I like the best. Melt and Security.
I don't know what it was about Gabriel. Like, I had no idea that he existed probably until So came out, and then kind of went back and found his other
Right.
stuff and was like, why have I not known this guy exists?
Is
I mean,
So
he
the
was
one with
original thing
Sledgehammer on it?
Genesis.
That's the one with Sledgehammer on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
That was
one
the
that
big. That
propelled
was
him
the
into-
hit, and especially the music video for Sledgehammer
Oh,
was
yeah.
really pushed him over the top.
And that's when I was in England and first met the Quay brothers, who told me about working on it.
Oh,
nice.
how cool! They worked on that. Of course they did.
They did. They were one of the sets of animators who
Right,
worked on it
'cause it's
and
largely
I was a
claymation.
student. They
Well,
didn't do the clay part.
Okay.
No, they did the cool part with where it's like there maybe
Pixelated.
there was some.
Yeah.
It was all early
yeah,
CGI
there's
stuff.
Stop
animated
motion.
his
It,
face. It was
I just
like the
remember it really sticking with me as a kid.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
stop
It was the
motion.
overhead.
Star suit.
Sorry, go
They
ahead,
did
Amanda.
the arty overhead part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's all
And
stop
they may have
motion.
done-
There's no CG in it, as far as I
Right.
know.
Yeah, they may have
Yeah.
done the chickens. I can't remember.
Nice. Yeah, it's really cool. It's funny. It was the state of the art at the time, and like literally a couple of years later, it was like, oh, everything's changed. Paint box and video toaster, and you know, like all this stuff was
But
happening.
it looks so. It's still like a landmark.
Yeah,
for its
totally.
time.
I mean, before that,
Yeah.
like
Well,
I,
he
I'm
got big with what the hell was it? Invisible World. Because he
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
pushed hard into computers
Well, he did a
and into
ton of
trying to-
score work.
Yeah.
Like, no, he went huge.
yeah, he had Womad,
I really
which
wish
was
I'd gotten a chance to see him
the
live.
he had that world music label that released a whole bunch of stuff in the 80s. So I knew him because, you know, I'm an old man and I was a prog fan. And when I was growing up, he was in Genesis. He was the founder of
Right.
Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and that was, and, you know, Snob Chris comes out again. It's the only Genesis I really care about. I don't
Well,
mind
wasn't
it.
Yeah, well,
Phil
you're not
part of
wrong,
it back
though.
then too? Wasn't Phil still part of it back then?
Phil was
the
a drummer. And he was an
Yeah.
amazing drummer, and also he was also a good singer. He sang backup and he sang lead on a couple of songs. And I'm not saying that the first few records with Phil were bad; they were good records. But eventually, he decided he wanted to okay, we're gonna make money. We're not gonna be a prog band anymore, and that's
Right.
fine. I don't, especially at my age. I'm like, yeah, dude, I wish I had done that.
Yeah.
Like as if I had a
Fill out
choice.
right here.
Yeah,
Somebody give me a contract.
yeah, seriously.
He
but
became
I-
he became a very generic pop guy.
Yeah, which is
Of the
fine,
era.
But
Yeah, of the
he'll
era.
always be remembered for "In the Air Tonight," which I play for my music production students every year because I teach them about gated reverb on the drums.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that one Phil.
Was- didn't they use like a specifically? There was a particular room that they did that was full of water tanks. That wasn't it?
The gated
Hello,
reverb
I'm
specifically, this gated reverb specifically was an accidental effect. I mean, there probably is, that may be the case for another song that they did together, but gated reverb happened by accident on that Peter Gabriel album we were talking about, Melt, on the song Intruder, which is the first song on the record, which incidentally
Awesome
has
tune.
Kate Bush on backing vocals, amazing backing vocals. But it happened because God, I'm such a music nerd. This is terrifying. Because Hugh Padgham was in the control room. Phil was on drums. They were miking it. They were setting everything up. Okay, they were trying to get the sound of the drums right. And every time he would hit the talk back, it would kick in this compressor, and you would still hear the drums coming through the system, but they'd be compressed. And there was a gate, like that was a noise gate on them. So it was like they were reverberating, but then they would get cut off before the reverb died. And that literally is what gated reverb is. And so Hugh Padgham said, that sounds amazing. I have to figure out how to make this
Let's do
happen.
that.
Yeah, let's do that. And that's what they did. He figured out what it was that was making it happen. He put a reverb on all the drums. Then he put a noise gate on the reverb, which cut it off after the first, half a second. So every drum would be like that, and it would just stop dead, right? And that's what creates that gigantic sound of the drums. So
And then cue an entire era of music that you've
Right.
never
I know
thought.
all of
That-
the 80s,
That reminds me
basically.
of the Zeppelin. Zeppelin did the same thing where they had, I don't remember what the song was,
It's
but
Kashmir.
it
Oh no,
had-
sorry. It's When the Levee
no,
Breaks.
the bleed through
Well, there's
from one.
Uh-huh.
The one the song, like the vocal came before the actual vocal, like
Oh,
the
I don't know
echo.
that story.
So it was a
Okay.
reverse echo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I don't remember. I can hear it
Oh
in my
yeah,
head. I just don't remember the song.
It's Whole Lot of Love. It's the
Yeah,
breakdown
Whole
in the
Lot of
middle
Love.
of
Yeah, the breakdown, A Whole Lot of Love. That was an accident.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
It
He's
was a
like
bleed through from the tape, the up the next level of the reel.
yeah, which means
And
that they
then the
ran that reel
flange-
too many times,
Right,
or stored it
exactly.
wrong, or didn't store it tails out, or whatever you're supposed to do.
And then the effect of flange, the flanges in the reel itself,
Yeah,
they would run their finger down that flange, and that's how they got the original flange effect.
that's right. Yeah, yeah, or like
Like
put a
little
drumstick
things like
on
that.
it, like rub a
Yep,
drumstick
yep.
against it. Yeah. Yeah, and the famous
such
one with
nerds.
John Bonham is, of course, When the Levee Breaks, which was him setting up in the roadie set up his drum set in the hallway of the Manor recording studio because they were on the clock. Nobody showed up. The band was late, so they set the drums up. They didn't know where to set it up, so they set it up in the hallway. And Jimmy Page mic'd the hallway with the help of Glenn Johns, who was the engineer.
Right.
And they got this amazing reverberation through this hallway. If you listen to that song, that's probably the most sampled drum break ever. That, it's just huge sounding, and everybody loves the way it sounds. It's in Kanye West. It's in Bjork. It's in so many
I would have
different
heard it
people
in
sample
Bjork,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's in
I think they've used it a
Army of
ton of
Me has that
I
sample.
love that song too.
Yeah.
Great song.
I'm trying to remember. Actually, the Kanye song that they did it in, that they used it in, he actually performs live with Jimmy Page a couple years later. I think it's on television, like on YouTube now.
And
anyway,
now Jimmy regrets that.
probably. If there's
Kanye
anybody,
turned into, oh my God.
anybody more demented to Jimmy Page, it's probably Kanye West.
Right. Kanye was not a good person in the end, but
yeah,
there's so much of that in the music industry too. I mean, the years that I spent doing live sound for the different bands and stuff. I mean, so many things you hear and you go, oh my God, that's where that came from.
Yeah.
Like now I get it.
yeah.
I don't remember anything specific from like when I worked the one night with not Three Dog Night, Blue Oyster Cult, and learning from their engineer about the frequency stuff. Like he was doing that sound check for the stage monitors.
Oh,
and,
neat.
Literally going from mic to mic and, check and doing the sibilance and telling the guy over at the rack of 15 EQs, take 4K down 3 decibels. And I'm like,
yeah,
you hear the frequency?
yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And that was where I started with sound. Like I want to be able to do that.
Yeah, right. It's science
And now
it's magic,
yeah.
and it's
And now you regret it because when you listen to music now, you can't just listen to music. You got to pick it apart.
No, it's for sure a double-edged sword. You don't know. Ignorance is bliss, man. It is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because now you're hearing like, oh, that's a Fender and he's got humbuckers in it, and that like you just can't just listen.
Yeah, no, my
That's why
I
electronic music.
don't go that far, but when it comes to especially audio drama, but also cinema in general, I'm like, why the fuck would you make that choice?
Yeah. That just drowns out everything.
Hey, by the way,
No separation.
not to like get everybody all hyped up for nothing, but we made it to the second round of voting for the Here Now Festival. Mandible Judy did.
Nice.
So we're fingers crossed. I'm sure there's a ton of amazing competition. I started this out thinking this is an unusual idea. People will like this, and then I was like, oh, there are a lot of really cool, unusual ideas out there. There's a lot of competition. Some of you guys, pretty much everybody here has worked on something else that's also amazing. Grey Rooms podcast. Yeah, you guys are. I mean, it's a very talented bunch. I keep saying this, but I really mean it. I'm so lucky to have my first time out of the gate with a podcast, and I got the best cast ever. You guys are just amazing.
Well,
So
we got a
thank
great
you so
engineer,
much.
man.
Well, I do my
Not
best.
to mention the writing and the music.
Creator.
Yeah, well, I'm learning. All I can say is Under Dead Water is benefiting a lot from what I learned about Mandible Judy. I don't think it's necessarily things I did wrong per se, but I think you can make it more understandable
How you
for
wanna
the
do it
audience.
differently,
Yeah, I think Mandible Judy was
Yeah.
a little bit hard to scan for a lot of people. I shouldn't
It's
say
funny
that
'cause
on a Twitch
I
stream.
feel the same way about the audiobooks that I do.
Yeah.
'Cause each one after the next gets a little bit like the one prior suddenly becomes kind of the stepchild. You're like, oh geez, you're the you're the next middle child who got neglected because I
Yeah.
didn't know any better, but I fed you a fuckload of paint chips. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, right. That's hilarious.
Nice.
That's a good metaphor for it. Wow.
Those won't hurt you. It'll be fine.
Hey, speaking of
There's
which,
lead in those.
Clayton,
No wonder he's so angry.
Clayton, I gotta say, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be bugging you very soon with scripts, because
good.
your episode is up next, and I have a feeling I'm gonna have to put it off for a week because I am so far behind in writing. So I got to catch up on that, and I've already reached out to a few of you guys to be in. I think I reached out to Aaron and Nancy already to be in Under Dead Water, and Mike. I definitely want. I think you're. Well, I don't want to give anything away. I definitely want you to be involved.
Sweet.
Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say. Most of you guys will be playing other characters than your Mandible Judy characters. But yeah, Clayton, you basically the next episode is almost entirely you.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I gave you like a blackout scene, so we get to like see what happens during the blackout in a later episode, which is always fun.
Do I get Deliverance?
Yeah, sort of.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
I'm
I
still
like how you used it like a verb.
I'm still writing it,
Well, I
but
mean, so being in Georgia here, it is a verb.
yeah, right.
Yes.
Deliverance. Yeah.
You see that city boy over there? I want you to deliverance him.
I can say this because it's not going to mean anything to the audience, but this all I know. I haven't written the scenes yet, but it's going to be scenes between you and Nancy, who's playing a different character than Renee, as she played in Mandible Judy. And yeah, so anyway, and Amanda and Aaron will have scenes together. And Mike, I haven't figured out how to fit you in, but you're definitely coming in at the end of the season. So,
As long as I don't need to adapt, like that southern. All right, boy, we're gonna be getting you some deliverance there, boy.
but I'm still threatening to do my seafaring horror, sea shanty horror stories. So you guys are all gonna have to learn how to talk like pirates or something. I don't know.
Oh, I want to do that. I want to be in that one.
As if I haven't been doing it for years.
And the fruit turns to ash in your mouth.
Aren't we all pirates when it gets down to it? That was the worst pirate accent ever.
Wags.
Yeah.
Actually, I gotta play with. I'm doing an audition for a sort of a sci-fi noir thing, where I get to be a potentially British equivalent of Elon Musk.
Hello, I'm talking.
That sounds really cool.
Oh my
So
god.
the question is, do I go just straight, sort of generic Brit, or do I go Cockney with it?
Right,
Oh, absolutely
right.
Cockney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Because you get a little bit deeper and it gets kind of fun.
How does someone research something like that? Accents from a bygone age.
Dude,
Oh,
YouTube.
there's some
YouTube.
Oh, lots of YouTube.
Yeah, but
There's
do they really
also-
know? I mean, YouTube. I mean, come on. Do we really trust YouTube?
Not always. Sometimes YouTube can really steer
No, but you can-
wrong.
Yeah.
The
Big.
IDEA website is really good. The international dialects and the accents.
Also, I watch.
it's kind of an archive.
Wait, what's
I follow some of these British American
Yeah.
influencers on YouTube, and they're very, very sophisticated. There are people who do full on accent tutorials. A few years ago, I was really watching it just because I found it really interesting. Not even needing to know it, but just
coming from the British who can't say Nicaragua or or or
I know.
aluminum. They can't pronounce those words right.
Aluminum.
How many
Well, the
friggin'
thing
extra
is
letters
also
do they add to
but
that?
you know, they
Yeah.
spell aluminum differently. We spell.
Yeah.
I
like,
know.
well,
I
That's
hate
accurate.
that.
That's fair.
I hate that.
when
yeah.
I worked in animation there, I was at the studio and I said aluminum, and this older lady who there, she was chuckling. She's like, "Oh, isn't that cute?" You know, the way she said that.
Oh,
So, so just little bit of science trivia here. The guy who actually discovered aluminum and documented it in the whole bit called it very specifically aluminum. So you can tell
Yeah.
anyone who
Yeah.
says aluminium to f
Yeah.
off.
yeah.
Why
I
I
mean-
chose to
I mean,
selectively omit the f off in that one, I don't know. But
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not,
right.
I'm not sure whether to respect British people for just saying "who gives a fuck," you know. I'm going to say it whatever way I want, or whether I should be like
Yeah.
offended. But it is
There's
particular.
so many things that are different. Like we might say a quarter of two, and they don't say of. I think they'd say a quarter to two. Or
Yeah.
something. I don't.
I mean, you know what? Honestly,
There's a lot of
I
No,
say
they say
Never
half.
the of before.
They
yeah,
say half 10 or
Fast.
quarter 10.
half. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Hey, I
They
just
say
learned I
whatever
had
they
a California accent this week.
You
Thanks to
do.
TikTok.
I noticed that, Aaron. I definitely noticed the
Oh, thanks.
California. Yeah.
And with Chris, I think you definitely must have been raised from somewhere near sort of where I was raised, because there's a lot of things that you say, pronunciations that are specifically East Coast.
Yeah.
Mm.
Embarrassingly
And-
so. Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
it's pretty neutral to me, but
Yeah, right.
other people might, Midwesterners will say a lot of things differently.
Okay, so
Oh,
Amanda,
yeah.
say the word WATER.
All right. I do not say it the Philly way anymore.
Okay,
I know
good.
what you're trying to get me
Yeah.
to do. I now that I've been in New York all this time, I say water.
Same here. Yeah, I at
But-
some point in
but
the
I
80s I
used to.
adapted. Because
But when I was 10 years old,
yeah,
I probably said water.
water. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So listen to the latest Under Dead Water, because the word water comes up a lot, and Jerry apparently is
Yeah.
from somewhere. I'm sorry, Matthew Bird, who plays Jerry Rivers in the show, is apparently from somewhere on the East Coast, because he's totally a water dude. Water,
Huh.
At least he's not
WOODER.
Midwestern where they say Warsh.
Yeah,
That
right.
drives me.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know
Washington.
why.
and-
You can't throw it all Midwest.
No, you
because
can't.
From Chicago,
Yeah.
I
Chicago's
never in my
there.
life said wash. It's wash.
Right.
Yeah, I know
That's
people
just what it
from
is.
New Jersey who say Warsh. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
It seems to be.
That's
My mom's
interesting.
from
'Cause
Santa Monica, and she says Warsh.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
strange.
my mother claims that she says that.
Yeah,
So it's a big thing in Indiana, and Kentucky, and in northern Middle Tennessee, because we had the wash house, and that's just where
Yeah.
you went to with the coin laundry. Put all
Right.
that in there.
the Warsh House. That's amazing.
Yeah, Will's in the chat, by the way. He's listening in from Philadelphia or from Jersey.
Oh,
So
What
he
up?
agrees.
Jersey.
what up?
And
dude?
Mark also said in the chat he wanted to tell you that he's got a awesome pirate salesman voice. Apparently.
Oh, fantastic! A pirate salesman. That's just what I need. Absolutely. I'm gonna. Well, if I don't need it, it's
You gonna do
the
a
character I
Death
don't
of
know I
Salesman
need.
on the high seas.
Yeah, exactly. Pardon me. Would you be interested in a toilet brush?
I got some limes for you here, laddie.
Right. Nancy, you started to say a website that had accent pronunciations. Tell me again.
Yeah, it's called IDEA, and that's
IDEA.
an acronym. And it's dialects and accents from around the world, International Dialects of English Archive.
Oh,
And
excellent.
So what they do is they collect people reading a text from different places. I'm not poo-pooing
Ooh.
YouTube if the person speaking has the accent, but some of those
Exactly.
tutorials are just inaccurate.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
noticed.
yeah,
I
agreed.
tried
Also, does
YouTube for some of
does
the
everybody
northwest
know
stuff,
that-
northeast stuff.
There's an app called How Jay Say.
No,
What?
How Jay say?
Yeah, well, it's how HOWJSAY. So
is
it's
that like
kind
what
of
would
like,
Jesus say? Sorry.
No, no, it's like
How
it's
Jay
like
say?
it's like how to say that. How to say that.
Oh,
So
how'd you say?
But Yeah, how to say that. So how to say it's basically like a British man telling you when you use it as an encyclopedia, as a dictionary, you put in any word. I was told about this app by a casting director in New York, and yeah, so the guy he'll give the American pronunciation too,
Oh,
which
okay.
of course we need. So you can look up anything, like even I had auditions for really science words
Right.
last week, and those words are in there.
Oh, that's cool.
Badass.
Yeah, because people
Somebody
get
put
paid a
some
lot
work
of
into
money
it.
for being able to pronounce those words.
I
Yeah,
have
if you're
I have
lucky
a
to get it.
fun
I'll
one
give you an
for
example of one that I had to just do.
Yeah.
Applicable or applicable?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
In the
I
Twitch
think it
chat.
depends on its context.
Right.
I say it differently.
That's not applicable.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
And they'll give a couple pronunciations. This one medical term had he gave three different pronunciations.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I also listen to podcasts from people in different countries to get their accents.
Yeah, that's cool.
What energy drink do you guys recommend?
Say again?
Coke Black.
What energy?
I mean, Coke Coffee.
Energy.
Coke coffee? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, coffee's excellent.
Yeah.
There's literally a Coke
Otherwise,
coffee
it's
drink
Red Bull.
now.
I just mainline.
Yeah, I had Coke Black when it
Not
originally
even
came
bad.
out, and it was not good. But I tried the new Coke Coffee, and it's great.
Yeah,
I liked it.
it tastes like a Coke float used with coffee ice cream.
Yeah.
Now I don't have Coke coffee. If I just mix the two beverages in a cup, will that work?
I can't imagine that as well.
Maybe a coffee flavored syrup.
Mark, I do have your avatar here. I totally forgot that you existed with your tutu and your beard and mustache.
Wow.
Oh man, how could you forget?
That's rough.
Yeah, I know. Just happened.
Damn.
Holy.
Hey, so you guys, I think I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, it is 2 hours past. We're two.
Yeah, we're a little bit over.
Right.
I don't think it matters really, but just to be, knowledgeable of the time. I don't know if Wonderville has anything after us, but thank you once again. I just want to say thanks so much to Wonderville. It's a great artcade in Brooklyn where they have indie games and cabinets, homemade art cabinets for indie games, and they host our Twitch stream. And thank you to all.
Thanks for letting us hang out on your Twitch stream.
Yeah,
thank you.
Dirty the place up. Thank you guys for all showing up. I really appreciate
Great performance, Chris.
Oh, thanks, Nancy. That's very kind.
Awesome.
Really good. Really excellent.
Oh, thank you. I hope if any of you guys do anything musical and you want to, if we can figure out a way to get you streamed, and maybe once we get OBS, I don't know why whenever I say OBS, I feel dirty. I'm not sure what it is about that. I think it's because IBS, right?
Either that or OBGYN.
Yeah.
Day to day with IBS. Talk to your doctor if you
exactly. So OBS is what, like oblique bowel syndrom, or I don't know what that means. Yeah. So
obstructive bowel.
Obstructive.
Horrible.
Yeah, obstructive is what you're looking for there.
This is the reason why it sounds weird to me, because it sounds too close to IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's BS.
Just BS. Straight up BS.
Not today, UC. Not today, ulcerative colitis. Thank you, Hulu. Bunch of jerks.
Okay, well, thank you so much, you guys, and please come back next week if you feel if you haven't had enough of this.
Of course.
And I look forward to this every week. It's awesome.
Excellent, Mike. Thank you so much. You're the most regular of regulars, and I really appreciate that. And Adam and all of you guys.
I'm gonna take that spot. Promise.
Yeah, if you're not feeling regular, try some clitora.
Just to bring us back round to the thread. Yeah.
Wait, did you just say clitora? Because
I did.
I just don't even know where this is going.
That's for sure not about.
Yeah, you better cancel that stream quick.
I'm gonna slowly just keep talking. I'm gonna slowly fade it out on the dirty talk. It's perfect. Just go slowly going away. Look, they're all gone except me. I'm the master. I can turn everyone off and bring them
What the
back.
fuck?
Have you not had those yet?
I've
That's
heard
not
as
right.
well that what is it? Anyone had Java cakes?
Good night, Twitch stream. Thank you so much for being here.